Five, four, three, two, one. Hello, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. We are here for another weekly Horror Saturday. We are here for another episode of KillerCon, and it is all about Scream Kings and Final Guys today. But y'all, I'm going to need y'all to tell me how y'all feel about the intro. You know, I had to change up the intro. It's effing with my vibe because the music I had in the intro, it was just so my vibe. And I'm just like, you know, they try to hit your girl with the copyright. So I had to change the music. So let me know how y'all are feeling about the new intro. If you are here and you are ready for some killer conversation, I'm gonna need everybody to drop your knives in the chat. Make sure you hit like. We are multi-streaming from Struggle Reviews channel, from the Fifth Wall channel. Make sure you hit like and you support everyone. And we are about to get into all things horror, but let's see who we have here with us. Hey, pretty girl Danny, thank you for being here in the live. Miriam, shout out to Miriam. Hey, y'all, come in, have a seat, and don't touch a motherfucking thing, okay? Thank you, Miriam, for showing up and being here. Let's go. Ready to talk about the men's horror, men, blood, guts, mayhem. We are here for all of it today. Ashley, hey, girl, my sweet perspective. Y'all, make sure y'all check her out. We are ready to get things started. D Movie Man, the ladies of the night are in the building. Look, I like ladies of the night, okay? And we are here to talk about the men's. My game is honesty. I enjoy these panels. Y'all don't talk over each other and you all have your own insight and perspectives. Thank you so much. Well, you know, Tyra can out-talk us all, but you know, we make sure we don't talk over each other. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. My game is honesty. Thank you for supporting the panel. Now we have a new person to the channel, and you know we are always here to talk about the fun stuff in horror, but you know we always like to get into some serious stuff as well. And one thing we always get into is race, but something else we need to get into is representation. So we are bringing a special guest to the panel. He gonna be here to represent everything for you. And if you are one of those people who feel like any type of inclusion is woke, y'all know I hate that word, you might as well hop out right now, baby. We got Mark. Hey, Mark from Scream Kings.
How y'all doing tonight? I'm ready. I'm so excited to be here. I love the intro. I'm talking about the intro you just did and your intro. I was sitting here cheesing behind the scenes during the whole entire intro. That was fire. I love it. Thank you for having me, Nikki.
Thank you so much for being here, Mark. Y'all, check the flag in the back, okay? Check the flag. And then bringing to the stage a friend of the channel, and I am so happy to say a friend outside of cyberspace, okay? My girl, Tyra, the Scream hater. Are you ready to talk horror, Tyra?
I'm always ready to talk horror. As long as y'all don't bring up them Scream people, I'm here for all of it. Thank you, and I'm happy to be here. And it's nice to be here with Mark. And you gonna stop play hating before you bring me out, because that's what you be doing low key. But I'm gonna let you make it. I got something for you tomorrow Sunday before I bring you out, since you want to be cute.
And of course, last and definitely not least, my girl, y'all, she going through some changes over on the channel, and she just did her first hosting of a live yesterday talking about iconic horror intros, even though, you know, she talked about Final Destination 2, so I got to check her taste. But bring it to the stage, my girl, Kay Blah.
Now, who doesn't love Final Destination 2? I'm going to stand on that one.
Standing on Alien versus Predator, baby. Kay is standing.
That's right.
Now we are ready to get into all things horror related. I am so freaking excited for this episode in particular, because we're talking Scream Kings. We are talking the men of horror, and make sure you jump in the conversation and drop some of your favorite Scream Kings in the comments. So of course we know we have our Scream Queens, like Jamie Lee Curtis is very famous, Neve Campbell, but we are here to specifically talk our ultimate Scream Kings. And I know a few of my personal favorites, baby. You could not tell me I was not going to marry Josh Hartnett when I was about 12 years old. From The Faculty, Penny Dreadful, which I feel like is one of the greatest horror, TV shows, 30 Days of Night. And of course, he is in the new Trap, which I think might be horror, thriller, suspense. I really don't know much about it. Y'all know me and the Shyamalans. We don't have a good history, but as well as my guy, Ethan Hawke. I love Ethan Hawke so much. He doesn't do a ton of horror, but when he does, baby, he does it right. The Black Phone, Daybreakers, Sinister, and of course, we cannot forget my man Keith David. Of course, iconic role as Charles in The Thing. I love him in Pitch Black, even though they was hating on Pitch Black on our last panel, but I'm not even finna get into that. They Live, The Puppet Master. Tyra, who are some of your ultimate Scream Kings?
Child, ain't a whole lot of them. When I think of like a Scream Queen, well, I'm gonna say King, which he really isn't, because this is really like low-key the only horror movie that he did. But Jason Patric in The Lost Boys, as far as like being that leading male, and child, y'all go check out my review for Lost Boys if y'all want to know what I thought about that. But that was the first time I had ever seen male be the lead in a horror film. Like, he was being desired and chased like a female would. I was like, oh, so my introduction to anything that was a Scream Queen was always Jason Patric in The Lost Boys. Justin Long and Jeepers Creepers and Barbarian. He always screaming wherever he go. Very much so a Scream King to me. And even though, I'll be hating on the franchise, David Arquette, Dewey is very much so. We met Dewey screaming. They open the door and scream, like Dewey's always screaming there. And this poor baby, Alex Vincent, Andy and Child's Play, Scream King down, little mini King. That's poor baby. Like, I always think about him like he was terrorizing that little baby for like 3 films. So those are the main ones I think about when I think about Scream Kings.
Yeah, it's always hard when they be going after the babies in a horror movie. Mark, who are some of your ultimate Scream Kings?
The piggyback, Andy is one of my top, because at the time when Child's Play came out, I was about his age, and I had My Buddy. So I understood his plight because
My brother had one.
yeah, because everybody. I had my buddy, my sister had a kid sister, and when Child's Play came out, my parents looked at both of us. If they start talking, let us know. Don't sit there. And we gonna believe you. We gonna believe you. Also, I got to give it up for Chris from Get Out, because usually brothers don't make it out of situations like that, especially in like modern stuff. And I feel like Chris became the symbol of the new wave of black horror that came out after that movie came out. So I give it up to Chris all the time. But before Chris could run, we have to give props to Roger from Night of the Demons, because a lot of people clown him. They call him a coward, and I'm like, so you think any black person is gonna be in a situation like this not gonna do the same damn thing? I mean, we don't have time to sit there and play with demons. He told y'all from gate, this is some stuff that I don't deal with. My dad is a preacher. I don't play with this mess, and so I had to give props to him, and also y'all, Ash from The Evil Dead, because I feel like that movie came out in, was it 81? And then at that time, if you weren't a blonde white woman or something like that, you weren't gonna make it, or you're gonna just be sitting there in the way, try to be macho and end up getting him killed and possibly her, So, and was that 5?
I think that was 5.
Okay.
You had me at Roger Child, because Roger said, "Well, shit, I gotta go. Y'all not gonna get me out the window."
Exactly. I'm like, it irks me when I would sit there and read some people's reviews and they sit there and say, "Oh, he was a punk, he was a coward." I'm like, y'all gonna respect Roger. I wish he had a last name so I could give him his last name props. But seeing that as a kid who was already deep into horror, because I saw this when it like almost first came out, they let me know that, hey, we can make it out of here and save the day, because trust and believe, anybody else in his shoes would probably left the homegirl on the damn wall. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Yeah, one thing black people don't play with is the devil or no demons. Okay, we getting the heck up out of there. But definitely shout out to Daniel Kaluuya and Bruce Campbell. Definitely iconic ultimate scream kings. Even though, Daniel Kaluuya, I feel like Daniel Kaluuya needs to play a villain in the horror, because he just give, I don't know, it's something about them eyes and the way he be looking at you. Kay, who are some of your ultimate scream kings?
Tyra told me my list was too black yesterday, so now I got to mix it
I
up.
did not.
Black.
Sticking UK.
Because yes, he would. Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out was on the list. So now I'm like, let me reconstruct my list and see what's. But I am keeping Busta Rhymes on my list, because y'all ain't gonna tell me that role ain't iconic the way he went toe to toe with Mike Myers. Because who else? And he survived. Okay, who doing that? Who trying to square up with Mike Myers and make it out of it? Okay, Busta Rhymes is staying on my Scream Kings list. LL Cool J is staying on the Scream Kings list because he survived 2 horror movies, Deep Blue Sea and Halloween H2O. Okay, we got to include him. Now, a little known Scream King is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. He was in Scream 5 and 6. Surprisingly, he's still alive. I put him on the list because I didn't think he would even make it out of the one he was in. So
you
shocking. The twin.
That's Cuba's son? I didn't even know that. Oh, wow. Okay. I had no idea.
So I'm just like, you know what? He lived. He need to get a shout out for surviving 2 horror movies, because and actually both times, I don't even know how he survived. I thought he didn't make it either one, but he's going to be on my list. Just to throw it out there and mix it up, Tyra, I'm going to throw in Devon Sawa from Final Destination.
Good choice. Good answers.
He's that's my guy. And Elijah Wood from The Faculty. And just so y'all know, Usher survived The Faculty too. I'm just
If Kay give us a list, we already know it's gonna be some bad movies, and it's gonna be black.
Dang.
Always always count on K for that. So when we talk about our final guys, and you know, we've had this conversation on this horror series before about how we tend to mostly want to victimize women in horror movies. Like, men can be a villain, they can be heroes, they can even just be fodder to die, but we rarely really victimize men where they actually suffer throughout the movie. But we do have some final guys who, baby, they went through hell. So we are going to get into our final guys who suffered the most. When I think about final guys who suffered the most, this might be fresh on my mind because I just saw this movie for the first time, but all them poor little damn kids in that from 2017, I'm putting them kid actors can really do, because I felt the fear in their face, but and then the poor little baby who had that lady eating on his face. Oh Lord, child, them kids suffered. Kay, who are some final guys that you feel suffered the most?
And I can say this with statistical facts because I did a presentation on it in undergrad. Yes, I incorporated horror into my studies. But old boy from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, he was freaking out like a whole. Freddy was really putting him through it. Like for real, like with the possessions and all. So he absolutely did go through it. What is it? Justin Long. He go
through it in every movie.
He did. I mean, he wasn't really the final guy in Jeepers Creepers because they took him out at the end. But I just want to say he did suffer a lot during the movie, and I think that we should, call him out for that. And y'all ain't gonna like this one either. But in my mind, he did. Okay, Ice Cube went through a lot in Anacondas. Okay,
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, Kay. Kay, get the hell out of here. Get off the panel.
Okay, Black people do not do swamps. We don't do snakes. We don't do none of that. In my eyes, that is suffering. Y'all had him in the swamps. Okay, name a Black person gonna be out in the swamps with snakes and stuff. Raise your hand. Put it in the chat if you know one. In my mind, that's called suffering.
I cannot take you serious. Mark.
So I'm gonna just throw it out there. Ash Williams from the Evil Dead. I'm talking about like the Evil Dead trilogy, 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. Because in the first one, he was just starting seeing all his friends, his sister first, then his girlfriend, then all of them possessed and stuff like that. Got them out of there. Then the second movie, it's like he ain't had time to breathe yet. And you slowly see him descend into madness in the second movie before the other people show up at the cabin. So he is doing the absolute. He went to the absolute most in those movies. But then as it got to like Army of Darkness and then the TV show, he kind of like took everything in stride. But he had to go through hell to get to that point in life. And also any male who was second lead to the final girl in Friday the 13th series. This is what I was saying earlier, when they're usually just in the way, because I'm in the middle of my annual Friday the 13th rewatch, and I swear every final guy except for Tommy Jarvis gets tossed around like move. move, and it's just so sad. And they get knocked out, they miss most of the action, so they suffer the most too, just to sit there and cozy up beside the final girl at the end, ambulance and whatnot. My boy Roger, again, I gotta go back to Roger. He put in a lot of mileage around Hull House. He put in a lot of mileage. And him walking at the end of the movie, the way he looked, he earned it, because he was just shocked. He was just shell shocked and everything. And so them are my top three who have suffered the most. It's a plenty of them out there, but them the ones I always go to, especially Ash, Roger, all three of them, the ones I go to. So yeah.
Tyra.
Oh, child, I have several. I'm definitely going to say Elijah Wood in Come to Daddy, because all I was trying to do was be my father. I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here for all of this. Not only does he go through all of that stuff, you know, the man he thought was his father was treating him all kind of ways. We committing all kind of murders, and we did all of that to only finally meet our dad and die on the beach. They ain't have to do little Elijah like that. He always suffering. I'm going to do Justin Long again, but Justin Long in Tusk, because why? Just take me out to live, you know, the end of your days as a pieced together walrus. Like, terrible. Like, just, I thought they was going to give him the Jeff Goldblum fly in and just take me out of my misery. Like, no, they pulling up, feeding him fish. Terrible existence. Terrible ending. Let's see. What is his name? Brent Mitchell in The Loved Ones. Because, girl, all I said was, I ain't want to go to prom with you. That's all I said. All I said was, no, I just don't want to go to prom with you. And I have to go through all of this with your family. They did Brent Mitchell very, very wrong. And last one, I'm going to say Paul Sheldon in Misery. Because why, Annie? Why, Annie? Why did you have to break my whole everything just for me to stay here? Like, she put him through hell. Well, I went on my Michael Jackson. I go through hell. I don't like touring. I go through hell. She put that poor man through hell just to keep him in there for that trash book and that trash character of Misery. That's my last four.
Good answer.
That you mentioned my boy from The Loved Ones. I feel like that movie does not get enough recognition. And baby, talk about freaking going through it. Once you carve my chest, I'm just gonna die. Like, I'm just out. Like, I'm just
He survived. He made it.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, I gotta mention the guy from Saw, at the one that had to saw his leg off in the first one.
I think the doctor.
I don't mention it because you didn't have to do that. I always hate that. There was so many other things before you got to that, sir.
That was on my list too.
Now we are going to talk Tyra's favorite horror franchise, and we are going to try to look at, because I was thinking about this. You know, we've had a lot of conversations about Scream. How can we not? It is just such a beloved, iconic franchise. But we recently, and Tyra was there, y'all. You know, the hater she was there for the conversation on should the Scream franchise have ended at the original trilogy. And, you know, one thing I think about is, I always feel like, and I think a lot of fans feel like, Randy character was killed off really prematurely in the franchise. And we know they know it because they tried to bring him back, kind of pseudo bring him back in 3. But I think about, would the Scream franchise be more or less successful if Randy survived instead of Dewey? Kay, are you here for Randy being our legacy character and Dewey being the one that died in Scream 2?
It's like almost a double-edged sword, because although Randy has the knowledge that we need, but can he fight?
Baby, Dewey can't fight.
I was trying to hold it in because it's my turn.
But see, even though Randy didn't survive, his niece kept the legacy going because she knew all the rules too. So we eventually got back to the horror movie rules. So although he has the rules of survival, but like, if it's you and go face toe to toe, Randy, can you really take him on?
Tyra.
Absolutely never liked Dewey. Couldn't stand Dewey. Goofy Dewey. I was glad in the other installments, you know, that I don't like, that they kind of dumbed down on all of that, the dumbing down of Dewey. Like, if I didn't know any better, I thought, you know, like I said, I think when we were backstage, we went on the panel when they decided to when the Wayans brothers decided to do the spoof and make Dewey like a mentally challenged character, it fit because it was all up and through Scream. Like, I always thought Dewey was a little, you know, like TT and set it off. Like, your elevator don't go all the way up.
The shade.
It's up there enough. You know, it's up there enough. So Dewey is just not as useful for me. I was never invested in his relationship with Gail. I thought it was questionable because I was like, Gail, out of all people, you with Dewey. Okay. But Randy, I feel like Randy would have been more useful. I feel like after everything that Randy had been through, he was gonna get some hands. He was gonna learn how to fight and be a little bit more resourceful. I would have loved to have grown with Randy because ever since he died in the franchise, they have been trying to bring in other people to fill in that spot for Randy and come through with their horror knowledge, and it's just always subpar. And it's my least favorite part of those films. So yeah, kill Dewey and we'll keep Randy. Absolutely.
Nah, I agree with you on that. Like how everybody was going up for Kirby in Scream 4 and even going up for Randy's descendants that we get. Everybody for me in those roles are just filler for the fact that they are missing Randy in the franchise. Mark?
For me, y'all gonna hate me because I'm Team Dewey. Here's the thing. I feel like Randy served his purpose in the original series because to this day, that's the most shocking death in Scream 2 is his death because you thinking like, oh, he's safe. He's not gonna get touched. He knows everything. They're not gonna touch him. And it took him out. And it was like, I feel like if he had remained in the series, he would have became a character of what he originally was there for, you know what I'm saying? And annoying because let's be honest, as much as I do like as much as I do like Mindy and Kirby, because when I'm on Scream Kings, I get snatched all the time when I mention Kirby's name because Taylor does not care for Kirby. But I feel like I understand why certain people don't like them to a degree because they're like, okay, we know what your role is, and that's all you're giving. Therefore, and I feel like I would rather them get their flame than Randy because Randy was the original. And you got people sitting here saying the same thing about Gail and Sydney. Like, how the hell y'all still alive after all these? Y'all went through 7. Because we gonna count Scream 7. Y'all went through 7 damn well, except for City, but I'm just saying 6 and 7 damn instances where y'all was getting attacked. There ain't none of y'all got shot or killed. I mean, Gail's been shot so many times, but then when Dewey actually dies in Scream 5, I felt like it was earned because you know how many more times can you go through this shit? You've been stabbed in the back 3 times, shot, knocked around. You should have a concussion. You should have what you call is there such thing as a serial concussion where you just have one all the time? Because he's been knocked out so many damn times in all the movies. So, but I want to say I would like to see Randy in the later movies though, but as each movie comes out, you have that one person that's doing all the rules and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, we know what your role is. Hush, get back to the story at hand. And I don't want him to get that, you know, like I said earlier, I don't want him to get that flame. That's just me. That's just me, though. That's just me. And Mike's in the comments. I want to tell him, look, he know I go up for Dewey. Stop. Don't do that.
So basically, you think Dewey should have had that disease that Will Smith said the football players had in that movie, concussion.
Exactly. Because I was like, after a minute, so when he was in Scream 5 and they came to his doorstep, we need your head. Be like, nope. And I felt that because it's like I'd have been knocked upside the head so many times dealing with this damn ghost face. What good am I going to be to you except tell you some rules to be looking out for? And outside of that, I'm just going to be knocked upside the head again. I'm just waiting to get knocked upside the head again so I can just pass out and wake up and ask y'all what the hell happened.
If everybody else got knocked upside the head again, Randy can get knocked upside the head.
Now, Mark, let me ask you now, because you about to get snatched off this panel because I can't stand Kirby. What exactly does Kirby do out of the entire movie outside of her Ghostface call? What did she even do?
I mean, I liked when that movie came out. I was a fan of Hayden Panettiere from Heroes. Now, that's one of the reasons why I cared for her. Also, because let's just say my issue with Scream 4 is that y'all brought in this whole new cast of characters. All of them get knocked out. And you still hear like the main 3 standing and one side character who I did not care for Judy Hicks. I want everybody in the panel to know I did not like Judy Hicks. But I was like, when Kirby was still moving, I was one of the people saying, okay, Kirby survived solely because I was like, I need to see somebody from this generation survive this shit and move on to the next. So that's why I go up for her. That's probably not a good excuse.
So what you're saying is she ain't do nothing.
I mean, she was the Randy of the movie. You know what I'm saying? She was the Randy of the movie. She was the big, movie buff who quoted all the horror movies. I mean, I love a movie buffs, but I'm just saying, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Look, if you were, I understand when you say you don't like her either, because I go through with Tamon on Scream Team. So
prove yourself. You better stand on business and stand by Kirby. Just like I ain't standing on these Scream movies. I don't like none of them. Yeah.
It's such a shock to me that you don't like them. Okay. Every time you say that, I feel like
I like the first one and I really enjoy the second one. I can leave every single one of them after that.
That's the general consensus. I understand.
Because I'm like, it's fine to like somebody, but I have not heard a actual reason to like her. When you go to the first Scream, Randy has a handful of iconic scenes and lines that you still quote to this day. Kirby has nothing outside of her Ghostface call. Like, she literally does nothing in the movie. But I'm about to have a little intermission because Dane C want to see Tyra on the screen. He go. He go. Hold on, let me move this out the way. He go.
Dane, send that next super chat. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Dane.
Go ahead.
I do what I can. You already know who you're
chat.
on. Let's go.
You know what? Send Nikki one just for that.
You know what's good. You know what.
Go over to Nikki's channel, Dane, and send her one just for that.
Dane, don't say I never did.
Read Dane's
exactly.
super chat up there at the
did
top too. Dane sent the super chat. Thank you, Dane. I appreciate you. I really
Look,
do.
Dane, don't say I never came through for you.
There you go.
Want to read your super chat, Tyra?
I really don't, but I will. I hope y'all aren't playing another horror game. I can't bear witnessing Tyra losing again. First of all, I did not lose. Okay, I exceeded. I did well. When they she put them Scream questions off on me on purpose, and she don't know the answers because I don't watch them. It was hateration, holleration in his dancery. That's what was happening. I was plotted on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I'm scared to see what she got this time.
Thank you, Dane C, for showing love to our girl Tyra with the $5 super chat, baby. Now, y'all know that I can't stand men. So we not gonna get out of here without talking about the most useless, good for nothing. Why are you even here? Men in horror. And y'all know I gotta go with the dad and orphan because just kill him in the credit. Like, just kill him in the opening.
That was
like,
my first one.
Why was he even there? All the men in all the Strangers movies, all the men in Barbarian, all the men in When Evil Lurks, the dad in Speak No Evil.
You take it, everybody.
When I tell you, we got 50 people in this live, and I know at least one of y'all is a useless man.
What's wrong with you? Terrible.
I'm gonna come to K because I know you got a blackity black list.
I bet you that list ain't black.
Tyra got it exactly. This one ain't black.
I'm okay.
What's the name? Daddy in Freddy versus Jason. Actually, a good bit of the men in Freddy versus Jason was just pure useless. Both of the guys in I Know What You Did Last Summer, because y'all the one got us in this mess, and then you complaining that we in it. Y'all are responsible for the whole movie and whined and complained the whole time. They completely got on my nerves. So yeah, I want to shout out to I Know What You Did Last Summer. And matter of fact, the men and I still know what you did last summer because y'all ain't done me either. Yes, I know what you did last summer, and I still know. All y'all useless.
Ciao.
Mark.
Ooh, where do I begin? Like again, I'm gonna go with the Friday the 13th Part 7. I'm going with that one because he did all this running with her, and then when it's time for Jason to, it's time to go. Y'all cornered in the house. She has superpowers.
That's the new blood, right?
Right, the new blood. She has superpowers. You sitting here just getting tossed around like a rag doll. And every time I was like, yo, just play dead. She had to say him 3 times. All for him to come in the end and tell her to get down. Oh, that's the only good thing you did to tell her to get down because we all know the house will get ready to explode. We'll sit down somewhere. I'm trying to think of another one that just really because you took the When Evil Lurks and Speak No Evil. Dang, I'm gonna have to go with another movie that it's a one-time watch, but you can't really I would never return to it. Eden Lake.
The husband.
Michael Fassbender. First of all, you got them in this shit because you couldn't just sit there and ignore the kids. You had to sit there and just be, I gotta prove that I my balls are work. And I'm like, dude, sit down, just chill, Don't end up. These kids look like they kind of off in the head. Just chill, or better yet, pack your stuff up and go to the next beach. How about we do that? You don't have to. Not only did you sit there and get spoilers for anybody seeing this movie, you got shanked a couple of times, and she had to sit there and drag you through the woods for you to sit there and die on her, because she didn't want to be there in the first place. This is all it's kind of what Kay was saying. This is all your fault. I'm in this mess. So them two, I'm gonna go with them two for right now. I'm like you. I'm sorry. I'm like you, Nikki, when I say when you say like it's 50 some odd. 90% of the men in horror are useless. 90%. This is coming from a cisgender gay man. 90% of the men in horror are useless. And I hate that. So that's why I like to see when people actually get it together and start moving. Like Chris and Get Out, because he could have either sat there or even some of the most recent people. People might jump at me for this, but Chad is Scream 6. He did what he had to do to get them out the way. He sat there, took all them blows, and still ended up coming in the end. To me, that's something more than what the people did in what the dad did in Speak No Evil. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It just a little something goes a long way. Just don't be like, get down and get picked up and get thrown out the way, and then later for the rest of the final act to the girls that they tell you it's okay to wake up. I done killed them already. It's okay to wake up. I'm sorry. I go on a rant with sometime when it comes to that. Sorry.
Oh God, Tyra.
Child, and anytime I do a little bit don't go a long way for me, because the dad in Us pisses me off in such a major
for
way.
real?
You want to get crazy? We could get crazy. I hated the dad. He was just big for nothing. I needed him to do more than what he was doing. Yes, he did hand a little baby on.
Dang, just throw Winston Duke under the bus, all the way under there.
For his stature, I just needed him. Even when they got to the little to the little upper echelon white folks' house, so let's just stay here. We ain't. She's like, well, stay here to do what? To get knocked off again? Like, no, we need to keep moving. He just wasn't doing enough for me. The dad and Us, just him. I needed him to do more. Every single time I watch that film, I'm like, I need you to do more as my husband, the provider, the protector of this family. The dad and Orphan is just always gonna piss me off. But Nikki already said, he made me so mad. I hate the dad and Orphan with a passion. Every single man in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, even though that's more so horror, parody, comedy territory, all the guys there were just absolutely useless, and I love them for it. The duo Frank in the little boy in Return of the Living Dead, hitting those canisters for no reason, unleashing the virus, and just useless. from here on in. They're useless in that first one and that second one. Just useless. Then you got the nerve to turn. Turning so being useless, walking around doing nothing. Oh my God. And the one who irks my nerves the most, the little best friend in It Follows, it's so much going on and you can't think about nothing but trying to sleep with me. Like,
oh, he was on my list. I'm sorry, I forgot about that one. The thirsty man, the thirsty boy. He was on my list and I forgot.
The thirsty young man in It Follows. Like, people are losing their lives.
Yes.
This booty cat can literally take you out tomorrow and you still trying to get it. That irks me and sends me every single time. That all the way
he was on my list
from beginning to start. He just like, so like, you want to give it to me? I take it on. And you just want to give it to somebody? Absolutely not. Disgusting, disturbing young man. That's it. That's it.
As much as people go up for the movie It Follows, I hate that movie, and that is partially why. Because that I'm like, baby, you gonna die. You are going to die, and you still. Oh God, yeah. That I was just sitting here like, is this a joke? Is he stupid? Like, I just could not.
We can't live off anybody who's been in the Evil Dead, who read the book, played the record. Useless.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I would have to co-sign on there because in every movie it's always somebody like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This would be a whole other tangent. I don't even want to start it. I'll talk to y'all after we get about that.
Baby, Mark is passionate about the useless men in horror. Okay, look, I'm with you. Now we are going to get into our segment, Guess the Bad Review, where we take two movies and I'm going to read you the bad reviews for the movie, and our panelists have to tell me which movie the bad review is for.
I know you ain't got the people under the stairs on here.
Oh, get out.
It is, Kay.
Now, I don't think these are bad movies, but we're going to read some bad reviews from people who do. And since Kay want to run her mouth, Kay going to come up first. Come up first, Kay.
I did not volunteer as tribute.
We have Get Out and The People Under the Stairs. Kay, which movie is this review talking about? Don't understand the hype this movie got. Subpar story with okay acting. Not a good horror movie at all. This is a shallow rendition of serious racial topics with a Tarantino type idiocy with all its worst traits, just very sleazy and outwardly silly.
Oh. Goodness, that sounds like Get Out. Somebody must don't like Jordan Peele.
That is correct, Kay.
I feel like some of the other Facebook groups with the others that be saying stuff like that. I didn't heard that one before.
Yeah, going through bad reviews is crazy.
DM me their review so I can cuss that person out.
And now since Mark want to run his mouth, you next, Mark.
Hey, I'm okay. Come on with it.
Okay. There are certain names in the film industry that just get hyped beyond reason. And sometimes I just don't understand why. This film is bursting at the seams with racial stereotypes, horror cliches, poor acting, and atrocious writing.
It has to be The People Under the Stairs.
Mm-hmm. You are correct. Y'all making me mad. Why y'all getting this right?
Why she hit me with the doozy?
Because when they said racial stereotypes, I was like, oh, well, yeah. Get Out. It was the other folks doing the racial stereotypes, the white folks. But in People Under the Stairs, they were talking about plural black people. So I'm thinking like, okay, you got food, you got,
classism in the ghetto.
Okay, Tyra.
Yes.
I enjoyed the black male lead, but that is where it ends. Why the social commentary? It just doesn't work. I hoped it would get better, and it didn't. What does race have to do with horror? The first and only time I walked out on a movie.
Get Out.
The People Under the Stairs.
I've heard that same review for Get Out though. I've seen that one.
What?
In one
Yes,
of
it's
the
for
I
people.
have, me too. Like it was the walking out for me. Who was walking out in 90? Was it 93, 94? Who was walking out? I was walking out. She lied. What about it walking out back then? Nobody walking out in the 90s. She dramatic. She lying.
Of course, Tyra got to come through and be wrong. Okay. Honestly, the plot was interesting, but it was just a dumb movie. What's the purpose for this movie? I found it uninteresting and just distasteful.
Muty K.
Read that first line again.
Honestly, the plot was interesting, but it was a dumb movie. What's the purpose for this? I found it to just be uninteresting and distasteful.
Whew.
Get Out.
You are correct.
Right here.
Tyra, I'm going to give you an easy one, baby.
I don't need no handouts. I've been thrown out of better places than this.
Feels like a Nickelodeon Halloween special. Horrifically bad film. I can appreciate the racial allegory, though.
The People Under the Stairs.
You are correct, ma'am.
Really? Thank you.
I thought you was going to get it wrong. I'm going to be honest with you.
You know what? You know what? Don't do me. Don't do me this. Y'all can't say
Mark, disappointed. I found it so boring. I fell asleep. This is really one of the examples of botched filmmaking.
I fell asleep.
My God, that's so disrespectful. I'm trying to get over the disrespect of these reviews. Get Out.
No, sir. It is not Get Out. It is The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, they tried Wes Craven.
Welcome to
Oh,
the
tried
Mark.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, drinks here.
Okay, the last one. The plot of this film is just unsophisticated and predictable. I believe the film is miscategorized as a horror film. It should be a comedy. You guys are lying to yourselves about this one. It was never good, and fetch is never going to happen.
That gotta be Get Out.
Yes, it is.
Because they weren't saying fetch in the 90s.
Show would not gonna say. Don't play. If you say
Good
that
call. Yeah, good.
These
good.
people, no, but these are, well, I don't know. Maybe it was written in. I don't know. I just be scouring for these bad reviews. I'm like, this mess, the stuff people be saying in these reviews be taken, because I usually don't really like read reviews, but I'm like, Lord Jesus, y'all be showing all, you like, you pull your skirt down, but like,
tailor these reviews to the decade. So if you hop on, yeah, boy, son, I'm like, yeah, that was People Understand. I can get it right then.
Now we have Attack the Block and The Thing. And speaking of Attack the Block, I'm finna try and be a good daughter because I forgot to shout my mama out when we did the horror openings live. It was my mama's birthday yesterday. Everybody, please say happy birthday, Miss Lisa, the lady who spawned me. I am so sorry, baby. Happy birthday, mama. I love you, baby. I know you're gonna watch
Happy birthday.
You should have had a whole slide that said happy birthday.
Yeah, I just finished getting these damn slides together 20 minutes before we went live.
Y'all asking too much.
But I'm so mad. I forgot. You know, my mind ain't good. I'm so mad I forgot yesterday. And shout out to my mama with The Thing. She saw The Thing in theaters when she was 16. She loves Attack the Block. These are her movies. So shout out to the original horror girly. Now, Mark, let's see. The acting is bad. And you know acting is bad when actors just stand around and every time someone says something, they stare at each other. The whole film relies solely on the few scenes with the alien creature.
I'm gonna have to go with Thing.
That is correct. Have you seen Attack the Block, Mark?
I have.
Why you look like that when you said it?
No, because the first time I saw Attack the Block, I don't know what I was going through at the moment, but I hated it because I was like, y'all are the reason why these people are dying around y'all. Drop the damn thing off. But then I got to the point where I was like, this is still something that is decent because this is kind of like a Black Goonies of some sort, you know what I'm saying? But with the horror aspect to it. And I've always wanted the Black Goonies growing up. And I just love me some John Boyega.
You stay away from my man.
Nikki, now me and you went through this last time. Now
come on now.
I'm just he did the damn thing in the movie, and I told my cousin who I watched it with when we first saw it. I'm not trying to take it, but I told him, I said, "Yo, that's gonna be a star." I said, because I love watching British horror movies, and I'm like, "Yo, watch it. He gonna blow up." And sure enough, So yeah,
I don't know how you called that. That was the thing. It's an alien creature in both movies.
Oh, they said, I'll be honest.
Standing around. They said standing around. It's a lot of standing around in the thing.
Yeah. Let's be honest. That's why that's what clued me in too, Tyra, was the standing around. But they don't get it. That's what John Carpenter does. And for me personally, that standing around builds tension because you don't know what's gonna pop out that damn background or something like that. The fog, for instance.
Now, pretty girl Danny, don't do me. You ain't have to do me like that. You could have just said happy birthday and left the rest. Why you did me like that? That ain't even right. Tyra.
Yes, Lord.
Is this supposed to be some kind of classic? I didn't connect to this movie or any of the characters. I was only here for the alien.
The Thing.
Attack the Block, babe.
Who said classic? Ain't nothing classic about Attack the Block.
That is exactly why I picked this review, because I was like, why the hell did they say classic?
It is because it is Attack the Block is classic because if you think about it, they had the hood children who survived at the end and they saved the world.
That ain't got nothing to do with standing the test of time, Tay. That is not a classic film. It's just not. It's a decent film. It's not classic. The Thing is classic. She did that to me on purpose.
No, Dane, I am not scared of John Boyega. I could probably beat him up, but that is a fine specimen of a man.
Oh, now John Boyega kind of buff now.
Thank you, Dane C, for the Tyra Cleavage Fund.
Thank you, Dane.
Thank you so much for the super chat, $5. I'm rich.
I am very rich. I am very rich. I am very rich. I am very rich. I am very rich. I am very rich. I am very rich.
We love to see it.
Okay. The ending of this piece of trash ruined the entire movie, which in itself was not that good. Just a juvenile B movie.
Really? In her. Okay, you know what it is. Don't even think about that.
I mean, Attack the Block seems like the obvious choice, but it might say, I'm just trying to think if somebody would actually even say that about The Thing. But the only thing I didn't like about the ending of Attack the Block is that he went to jail. So by trash ending, if they said that, I'm gonna go with Attack the Block.
You are wrong, ma'am. That was a bad
B
review.
movie, Kay.
That was a bad review for The Thing.
They called it a B movie. The Thing is a B movie.
No, it's not.
IMDb.
That ain't a B. Exactly, a B movie.
That's exactly why I chose that review.
Why you can't give me that one? Or the one you gave her? You know what?
Nikki, that's a treasure trove of bad reviews. I don't even go. I see where you get your content from. That is a good place to get that stuff from because they are horrible over there.
The Thing wasn't praised. The Thing didn't perform. The Thing is a classic for us now. Back then, they weren't living for The Thing like we do now. I just wish you had gave me the ones you gave.
Well, ain't nobody tell me nothing.
Oh, it's gonna be hard.
Two of my favorite movies. I love these two movies. Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't be like that. Incredibly dull. It takes what seems like forever for the action to even start. What were these people thinking? For anyone with a hint of smarts, this film is brain numbing. Just think of the most predictable scenes in a slasher film, and there you go.
House of Wax.
The Hills Have Eyes.
I don't care anymore.
I would have messed that one up too because it says slasher, and I don't think The Hills Have Eyes is really a slasher.
That's what I'm saying. It said slasher, and it said it took forever for anything to happen. I'm going to give that to the House of Wax. It does take a minute for the House of Wax to cook. They got Paris Hilton dancing in the woods with a black man. What on that? Okay.
I didn't say these were reviews from critics and people who know about film. They're just reviews.
So these are low-level reviews, basically.
I just scour the internet. I go to Reddit. I go to IMDb. I go to Letterboxd. I just be trying to find some bad reviews to throw at y'all for the game. Okay, since you want to run your mouth, you next. More like an imitation Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Gore and very little else. If you have never seen the original, go watch that instead. It is everything this remake isn't. Why do movies like this get made?
Why you didn't give me that one?
Both of them are remakes, so
because I know which one it is.
Okay.
This got to be The Hills Have Eyes, which I actually like, by the way.
What was your answer going to be, Tyra?
The Hills Have Eyes.
Y'all are both wrong. It is House of Wax.
You know what?
So even the one you wanted me to give you?
No. It's this many people that know that the House of Wax is a remake.
I know everybody knew that.
No, nobody's talking now. Nobody knows that.
Can the host get a buzzer for these questions?
Oh my god!
Now you want too much razzle dazzle, okay? You wanted tumblers last time, and now you want.
I did. I wanted a prize last time. I ain't even get that one.
Would have went to whoever. Then would have went to the other person on the panel. Okay, we didn't excel last time.
Oh, Mark, you missed it. The last panel, the guest, he literally got everything right. Even with movies he never saw. But speaking of Mark, you up next, baby. The acting and situations are absurdly over the top. There ain't no room for credibility or logic. The movie just happens without coherency, and it goes directly to the point in the most absurd manner.
House of Wax.
Tyra, don't be skipping over. Don't jump on people's turn because you still be wrong.
I think it's The Hills Have Eyes.
It is House of Wax, baby. See, you came in and you let the devil fool you.
No, I really thought it was The Hills Have Eyes because
no, they had me at absurd. Because House of Wax is very absurd.
But I don't know. I feel like The Hills Have. I don't know. Okay. Damn. As soon as I saw these two, I was like, it's gonna be hard as hell. I was just.
Now, Tyra, since you want to jump out of turn, I like a horror movie as much as the next guy, but this was the worst movie of its kind I have ever seen. My suggestion for anyone proposing to see this sad film, you should just forget it.
That is a hard one. That could go for any film walking. Sad film. Because I love The Hills Have Eyes remakes. So just off the strength of that alone, ain't nothing sad about that. House of Wax is very sad. House of Wax.
You don't think what happened to them girls in that RV was sad? This was for The Hills Have Eyes. Nothing about House of Wax is like sad.
No, I mean like sad, just a sad ass horror film. It's not good. I misinterpreted sad. My bad.
I thought sad was the dead giveaway because that was depressing what happened to them girls in that dang RV. Kay, whoever wrote it should go to a psychologist. Agonizing deaths and boring movie. Horrible execution. It's not horror. It's just disgusting and meaningless.
The Hills Have Eyes?
House of Wax, babe.
Boo! Tomato.
Are you serious?
Disgusting. We took disgusting and went to House of Wax. Oh, wait.
Y'all are failing so bad.
It's rigged. It's the most rigged game I've ever seen.
Because when you say this, when you say disgusting, I'm like, so many people have problems watching The Hills Have Eyes, the original and the remake.
Because of the feral people.
Right. But no, because of the acts they did towards the women and stuff like that. Yeah, because they were like, I can't watch that, so that's why I thought when they said this.
Not even that, Mark. That film is like really gory. It's very bloody, very violent.
Yeah.
Like House of Wax, besides picking off some wax and seeing like, oh, it's a real person in there. It's not like too gory and violent. Not in that way. Like it's not.
Now, House of Wax got some gore when they find out their friend is the wax and part of his little face come off.
I said. Besides picking that wax off a dude's face, I can't remember. Well, what was gory? Them pulling them lips together that was super glued.
To me, that was the goriest. That was the most cringe-worthy part of the entire movie was when she did that. Not any of the death scenes, any of that, but when she did that, I was like, oh Jesus. But for The Hills Have Eyes, I think it came out during the torture porn era. Mm-hmm. So that's why I also got, disgusting from. So yeah.
Oh, American flag scene. Like what?
Well, you had a scene kind of like that's how Paris Hilton died. A little thing go through her head, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
All right, Paris.
See Paris die.
That was very much the marketing at the time. Kay, are you ready to lose another round?
I need you to show us the answer cards, like they
I'm
said.
telling you, I'm with Laundry Day down there. Who said what hard at? We need this key.
The answer key.
I literally have it.
We can be half sleep on the low. She may sleep.
I literally gathered these reviews 2 hours ago. It is on the screen in front of me, the movie and the review. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Don't make excuses for your loss. This was the worst movie I have ever seen. And I'm not talking bad acting, bad movie. I'm talking this movie was just out of control. I like horror, but within reason. I thought this was gross and took things way too far.
Oh, that could be either one of them.
Okay, we need one, Kay. Just one.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Yes, you better had not got it wrong because I specifically read that review because Tyra just went on a tirade about how House of Wax ain't gore or nothing.
Now can we get a tumbler in here? I'm just with King.
Tyra.
Yes.
The movie is uninspired junk with stupid people acting stupid in stupid situations that would never happen.
House of Wax.
Yes.
Stupid. You had me with stupid. Okay.
1 out of 100. That's not bad.
You know what?
Wait, bad movie reviews for these two?
From Dusk Till Dawn, 30 Days of Night. Both got vampires. Both got blood and gore. So let's see how y'all do with these reviews.
I'm scared.
Mark, since you scared. You up. The plot is pathetic and the special effects are horrible. Well, by golly, heads were flying off.
By golly. Good golly.
It's gotta be a white person review because who'll say by golly? Okay, let me get more professional. Well, by golly, heads were flying off, necks were squirting blood, and body parts were scattered all over. The true markings of a classic cinema extravaganza. So what happened? Oh, that stupid thing called the script got in the way.
From Dusk to Dawn.
Is your name Tyra?
I thought you said Mark because you were scared.
Thank you. You see, I told you. Don't kill Mark. It is his turn.
I'm sorry, baby.
From Dusk to Dawn. Is he correct?
No, you are not correct.
Are you serious?
Throw some more tomatoes at the host.
And I actually omitted a line that I thought would have gave it away. The heads flying and neck squirting blood and body parts scattered. It said scattered all over the streets. But if I would have said streets, that would have gave it away. But no, it's 30 Days of Night.
I give you okay.
Who's saying by golly in that era? I would have said Dusk to Dawn too.
That's what I was thinking. I said that was some retired. There was some critic retired out of his era, and it's like but okay.
Tyra.
Yes.
You mean Mark?
I'm mad I went hard and was wrong.
It happens to the best of us.
No, players mess up too. Players mess up. The concept and the trailers made it seem like we'd be in for a real treat. The movie began to disappoint from the beginning. There was much too long of a wait for the real action. Then we were subjected to what seemed to be the standard generic plot that we've all seen in countless B films.
B films, Dusk to Dawn.
30 Days of Night. Y'all should know the formula by now. I'm going to pick stuff to intentionally trip you up. Nothing about 30 Days of Night is a B movie. That's why I picked this.
You know what? I was like, well, no, it was when it said like it took forever to get to like the real action. Dusk to Dawn takes a minute to cook before we get to the titty twister. Like,
and 30 Days of Night take a little minute before they come up in that town and flip Josh Hartnett in that truck.
They set the premise like really well. I think we get into the action because you have that incident occur in the beginning, and then you had a little man that they throw in the jail cell forever. Like, you know what? Forget it. Forget it.
Y'all have to look at the fact that it's like a trick review that I'm picking. So you can't pick a word and be like, you know what, it gotta be that, because obviously I picked it for that word. See, I'm trying to give y'all a little insight into how my brain works.
That is totally different. Clearly our brains work different.
We still not seeing
Lord, I'm trying.
Okay, this should be an easy one.
I don't believe you, but go ahead. Let you cook.
The only thing I'm going to do is omit the actor name. Both movies star a main actor of George Clooney and Josh Hartnett. So the only thing I'm going to do in this review is omit the name. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some talent here, but who would know? Blank may well be challenging Kevin Costner as the planet's most boring actor. If you like terrible movies with atrocious dialogue, this is for you. Everyone involved in this film should be ashamed. Nothing about it is well made, and the script is one of the worst I've ever seen. I don't know why Kevin Costner had to catch a stray, but
this better be Dusk to Dawn, because if you comparing people to Kevin Costner,
yes,
yes, it's Dusk to Dawn. It just said George Clooney. Mark. It's very clunky And by that, I mean it doesn't have much rhythm and flow to it. No one wants to see a bunch of redneck drunks and morons losing to a bunch of hideous vampires.
Drunks.
Shut your mouth, Tyra, because I know I said Mark this time.
From dusk to dawn.
No, sir. That's 30 Days a Night.
What the fuck?
That's
They
okay,
were
Mark.
rednecks.
Mark, it's okay. She wrote these in the back herself before we got on here. I know she did, okay? She wrote herself.
But you know what? It's not me. It's the fact that y'all don't know what y'all doing, because our last panel, oh boy, got every single one right.
You fed him the questions before we got on.
From dusk to dawn. I mean,
Now, Tyra, since you want to accuse me of cheating, you next. Because I have never.
Drunks and rednecks, boy. What?
that's
I really was
funny.
like, who in that movie was a redneck?
They were in Alaska, wasn't they? Wasn't they like in some
Yes.
the whitest place that you could possibly be? Like,
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Let me be professional as the host and get myself together. Tyra,
yes.
this is a truly repugnant film on many levels. Did they pitch this film to a bunch of 15-year-olds? Because if adults are truly enjoying this type of trash, then we are in big trouble. This movie came across as a poor short film that couldn't or wouldn't go anywhere. And so a vampire thing was tacked on to make up time, but still no story.
Child, if they saying 15-year-olds, and you know how I feel about titties in horror, and Selma had them titties out as well as everybody else in the titties. I'm gonna go with From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes, and I was gonna say it says vampire story tacked on, and this starts as like a crime thing. I was like, if Tyra don't get this,
Oh, now she feed me these.
okay. I was so excited to watch this movie, Vampires, Blood, and Gore. Really, I could not wait to see it. Sweet mother, this film is awful. Weak cast, rubbish, vampires. Just because you throw in a few buckets full of blood does not make a good vampire film. And the ending, what was that?
30 Days a Night.
You are correct.
That better be. And I was just gonna say, now wait a minute. Okay.
You did when you had me at buckets of blood. Like
Mhm.
Dusk Till Dawn is not, bloody like that. It's some ugly vampires, but and I liked the ending of 30 Days a Night. It was emotional.
Mark, I think this movie was a disgrace to human knowledge, and I feel dumber after watching it. As useless and overrated as Adam Sandler's career, the hype is not understandable. Not only was this done a million times before in some form or another, but even the worst of them were done better in a home ec high school project. This shockingly didn't end careers. Extremely cliche vampire movie of the worst type. I don't know why Adam Sandler caught a stray, but
As he should. As he should.
Please, for the love of God, let it be From Dusk to Dawn.
God is on your side, my friend. That is correct.
Okay, because I'm just going to say this. I don't mean no harm for anybody that played in 30 Days a Night, but when they said career should have ended, I'm like, well, half the cast and crew From Dusk to Dawn and careers that could have been at stake, but when that movie came out. I'm just saying, I'm not, so.
Because I still, for the life of me, don't understand how you're like, George, what you doing here, baby? How you get here?
That is actually the only George Clooney movie I like. I'm not a George Clooney fan, but I love him in From Dusk Till Dawn. Coolest character he ever played.
Oh, so y'all saying y'all didn't like Batman? Okay.
I never saw Batman. You're the only blurred up here, Kay.
I love the Batman.
Oh, sorry, Mark is a blur. I don't do blurred things.
Oh, you're missing out.
Deep Blue Sea and The Meg. Bad reviews. Kay, tell me which movie.
Oh Lord
this is
Jesus.
for.
Okay.
The CGI effects were really poor because the proportions of the sharks changed during the whole film. The story itself is just nonsense. They had too many gaping holes in the plot line and took way too many liberties in certain areas.
Is that Deep Blue Sea?
You are correct, ma'am.
I was going to say, because the portion of them new sharks was big, then all of a sudden they was small. They was changing
I
their
was
mind.
just gonna say because it was only one, and I was just gonna say wasn't that many in Meg? Okay. Well, dang, I know y'all ain't like Deep Blue Sea. Good grief.
I love Deep Blue Sea, but you know, I love Deep Blue Sea, and I actually really like the Meg. And I never got around to seeing the Meg until Meg 2 was coming out, and I actually really loved the Meg. Now I didn't like Meg 2, but the
I
Meg.
like Deep Blue Sea up until LL started praying like he rapping over a beat. Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that? James, why James? Don't do that, James.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, Mark, let's see. Is this the Meg or is this Deep Blue Sea? You know that a film is going to be bad when the ocean is computer generated. Okay, let me get professional. You know that a film is going to be bad when even the ocean is computer generated. This was the most predictable movie I had ever seen. Every emotion and every line from actor is delivered the same way. A cool, monotone boredom. It's a shame when an actor thinks looking good is the same thing as doing a good job.
The Meg.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Blue Sea, babe.
Who was looking good in Deep Blue Sea?
For some reason, they thought Thomas Jane was looking good because that's what they talking about.
That's what threw me. I'm like,
I
who
knew
is
it would throw you.
Was it the lead woman, the female? I can't remember her
No.
name. They was
No,
looking
they're
good.
talking about the guy, the Punisher.
That's what I'm saying. He was looking good. All right.
And see, I tried to give y'all insight into how my brain works.
There
I
you
told
go.
you I picked stuff and I knew when they talked about that actor being cool and monotone and looking good, I knew y'all would think it was Jason Statham.
I did.
I gave y'all the cheat codes and y'all still losing.
I'm gonna keep losing. I ain't never been good at standardized tests. Don't give me no damn test.
Even laundry said who was looking good.
Tyra,
Yes.
if these are the types of movies selling in Hollywood, I need to seize an opportunity and sell a script I wrote in 5th grade. Very cheesy and not realistic at all. The storyline is as pathetic and nonsensical as any movie I would have been able to come up with while doing shrooms and Quaaludes at the same time.
Lord. The Meg?
You are correct, ma'am.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
Don't do the Deep Blue Sea like that.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that our special effects technology had improved over the years. It was almost laughable at the way some of the actors die in this movie. The sharks should have eaten the writers of the movie.
It might be a trick, Kay. Take on the K. It might be a trick. I don't know.
I couldn't even concentrate on the question because somebody in the chat said Deep Blue Sea should have won an Oscar.
I watched Deep Blue Sea twice this week, and I ain't even getting behind giving them an Oscar.
Because they wrong as hell for that.
Imagine LL Cool J on the stage getting for best song. My hat is like a shark's fin. Wins the
Wait, now
Oscar.
that one should have been nominated for a Grammy then.
Oh, it's good on that. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark. We ain't doing none of that up in here. Hell
Since we're
no.
talking about awards, that could have got a Grammy.
Hell no.
I mean, if they got an Oscar for their song in Whoop That Trick, then LL.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yes, they got an Oscar for that song. So give The Hat is Like a Shark's Fin. Okay,
Professional.
The question again, because I can't believe they said that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that our special effects technology had improved over the years. It was almost laughable at the way some of the actors die in this movie. The sharks should have eaten the writers of the movie.
That better be the Meg.
I thought me saying sharks would give it away.
Should have eaten the writers. Okay, the way that shark jumped up and ate Samuel L. Jackson.
I thought that was supposed to be comical.
I really can't believe you got that wrong, okay?
I thought she had it. I really did. I thought she had it.
Okay, I'm about to YouTube because the death scenes in Deep Blue Sea with the sharks was just. They were slash. Deep Blue Sea is an undercover eco slasher with sharks. This was slasher movie type deals.
Y'all
it
better
was funny in the Meg too.
They had that bad CGI shark creeping up like Jason.
He was even stalking them in the hallway like Mike.
Team Jason.
Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
Fake looking shark and a horrible movie. This is the worst, most insulting film I've seen in a long time. I'm really appalled that the makers of this movie have such a low opinion of our intelligence. Even a dumb effects movie should have some respect for its audience. The dialogue is consistently pathetic, and every single character is one-dimensional and unlikable.
The Meg.
My head is like a shark's fin. Deep it through. My head is like a shark's fin. That was
I think they had more dimension than the characters in the Meg. Like Ella was the cook. He wasn't the sacrificial Negro. You know, it was dimension there. The lady died.
I knew the character line would throw y'all off.
The female died. That was new right there. You know, they always tend to make it to the end. She died. LL, the black man, and old Punisher was sitting there. I don't know how they was getting home, but they was sitting there at the end. Like it was the thing. Revolutionary.
Mark. Mm-hmm. Redeem your panelists. We can tell that there is no shark by the characters' reactions, and the jokey black guy only here for comedic relief. What a waste. The story was predictable. Why can't a shark movie actually be creepy and interesting?
Deep Blue Sea?
I give y'all the motherfucking cheat codes and y'all still lose. I knew when I said jokey black guy, y'all would think of LL, but you forgot the jokey black guy in The Meg.
I sure the hell did, because I was about to ask you, was that black guy the Meg?
Yes. And he lived, if I remember correctly.
It's been a minute since I've seen that movie.
Maybe I seen The Meg one time. I don't know who was there.
I saw The Meg one time as well.
You want a cookie? I don't remember them people.
I remember the Negroes who lived.
It was a black guy in The Meg. Who was
Yes.
that? Let me look this up because I don't recall.
Was it
Why you
somebody
look
recognizable, Nikki?
It couldn't have been because I would
Was
remember.
it somebody recognizable?
Yes, we know him. We've seen him in things. I just don't know the actor's name, but yes, he's recognizable. And I actually thought he was kind of funny in The Meg. Or was he annoying? I can't remember. Now that part I can't remember.
Page Kennedy? Really? That's a recognizable black man.
Oh
No, see, you know him when you see his face.
But like, it's not somebody I will remember. You know what I
But
know?
whoever wrote this review,
What?
Leprechaun in the Hood. That's where I remember part 2.
Well, you still know his face.
You know what?
but you know what? Somebody white must have wrote this because we all look the same. The jokey.
No,
black
it's
guy.
y'all thinking who can't remember the brothers.
No, I just forget. I forget because it's a lot of.
Why you
I
saying
just
like
forget.
we slaves? Forgot your own piece of like real civil rights. Don't say that no more. Forgot you be your own people, the brothers. but got your own people.
Hey, Paige Kennedy, if you out here watching this, I apologize, bruh. It's just been I only saw that one once. That was a one go.
I saw it once too. So stop making excuses.
Just saying, it just went.
The Meg is not on rotation in my house.
I can't do it.
Okay, Tyra, I'm gonna give you the last one in this round.
Oh Lord.
Wait a minute. Somebody need to get Stay Tuned reviews out of here. He said Deep Blue Sea is a movie about smart sharks that take revenge on their oppressors.
Okay.
And it's the root of all shark movies in the world.
Okay, where's the comment, hon? Can stop cackling and tell me what it is.
I think it would be it's 7:29 my time.
It's a movie about smart sharks that take revenge on their oppressors. Deep Blue Sea is the rules of the shark movie.
Y'all goofy. I cannot.
They got me stopped.
You know what? I can get behind that because they piss me off messing with them sharks. Them sharks minding their business in the ocean. Okay, last round for these movies. Tyra.
All right.
The CGI shark is shockingly bad, and the level of cringe is through the roof. This terrible and cheap movie is so bad, it is impossible to watch it all the way to the end. The story had no fundamental suspense to it. The characters were terrible. There was no thought put into character development whatsoever. This movie was to the point where the same thing started happening over and over again. Something goes wrong, then they try again, then something goes wrong, and then they try again, and so on.
This ain't the Meg. I don't know.
I gave it away in the review. I told, I ain't finna give y'all no more clues to how I do this thing.
Your clues are trash. Okay, it's not enough. I'm slow. I'm remedial. I need you to break it down.
What was the first 3 words I said in that review, Tyra?
I don't even remember. See, that's how you know.
The CGI shark.
The CGI shark. What to do with anything?
That has everything to do with which movie it's referring to.
Is the Meg don't have CGI shark at all?
Tyra.
What?
What's the movie?
I'm lost again.
Deep Blue Sea has multiple plural sharks. The Meg has one shark. The Meg.
This ain't the time to get technical.
But not only
And
that,
Johnny had 3 apples.
This is no time to get technical.
oh my God.
Y'all trying to get into clues and subject verb agreements and stuff. No, come over here with that.
I gave that one to you because you said something earlier when Kay lost around about how it's multiple sharks in Deep Blue Sea because her review said the word sharks, and I give you the same clue.
I'm listening to that. I'm ready to get out of this portion of the game.
You know what? Don't
Is
say
it
I'm
the Meg?
trying.
Like, so the Meg only had one shark.
It's about the Meg, the one big megalodon shark.
Whatever.
I just got something else to say about that one. I was gonna say low budget because I know Meg, they spent some money for that damn movie. So when they said low budget, I was like, no, something about the budget. I'm like, well, compared to Deep Blue Sea, compared to Meg, both Warner Brothers, but
Y'all are a sad bunch of Negroes.
We still here. I thought this was the last of this segment. I'm ready to get out of here.
That was the last of that round with them movies. You're finna keep getting embarrassed for 5 more minutes. Laundry Day, but I gave him a cheat code. Nikki is one of those teachers who go over what's going to be on the test and throw in trick questions. But I gave him the cheat code.
Thank you, Landry. Thank you.
Jordan Peele, Nope, and Signs. Both movies
Jeez.
deal with a big time director. With people be saying things about their movies. Both of them deal with aliens. I always give y'all little trick words in there, but then there's always a word for you to pay attention to. And I'm giving you a cheat code for the 100,000,000th time. Now let's see how y'all do. K. Is this Signs or is this Nope? Why do critics love this dude? A dumb story, a couple of interesting characters, and no fun. There is so much wrong with this movie, you wonder how it got made. I've rarely seen a movie this stupid. Feels like it builds to something that never happens.
I feel like that's Nope, because I don't know if people actually like M. Night Shyamalan, but people like Jordan Peele.
You are correct, man.
I'm ready to fight whoever put their review out, but go ahead.
Lord, finally.
We don't need that. We don't need the sarcasm, Nikki. We're trying. We're doing the best that we can. Okay.
Tyra.
Oh, there you go to Mark.
Wow. Wow. This guy keeps getting chances for his one lucky break. Dumb story, lousy alien, horrible lead actor. This is just a mess. How can studios keep releasing this guy's movies? Blank isn't very good and his movies get worse and worse. The movie is so slow and seriously boring with no scares at all. Nothing special, poor sci-fi elements. The mystery was missing.
Okay, well, when you say like keep getting chances off of his one lucky break, I feel like M. Night has had more success with his films, even though they're divisive. I feel like he's had, there's this, there's The Sixth Sense, there's Unbreakable. I'm gonna go with Nope.
You are correct.
Oh, God, finally! Thank you.
Y'all finally get something right when I just keep breaking down the cheat codes to how to win. It only took you 100 times of me saying the same stuff over and over again.
Never.
Now, Mark, if you end the streak and get this wrong, I'm kicking you off the panel.
Wait a minute, hold on.
No, don't put that kind of pressure on Mark. Mark is a guest. Don't put that kind of pressure on him.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, I'm scared.
Now, I'm going to give you an easy one. Okay. I am not sure who the aliens are. In fact, I think the director would have done better to have taken the film in that direction. This is one of the most peculiar, boring, and pretentious films I have seen in a long time. The only time you will grasp at this movie is if you have forgotten your inhaler. Gasp, not grasp.
Signs?
Yes. Finally, my students have graduated.
So now can we get a Tumblr? I need positive reinforcement.
You got one right answer. It ain't time for positive reinforcement. Tyra.
Yes.
No aha moment, no mystery, just a bloated movie. The movie is just boring. Plot makes no sense. Just another trying too hard to be artistic film. The lead actor was awful. You could have set a mannequin out in the field and achieved a character with more personality. Don't expect too much from this movie. You will be very disappointed. The alien is just stupid.
I'm going to give that to Signs.
If I could smack you in your face right now, I would.
Oh, no.
The alien is just stupid line should have gave it away because everybody was talking about that shower curtain alien that Jordan Peele had up in the sky.
I thought the alien was stupid as what? Really?
I didn't say I think it. I said people said it. Everybody was calling that.
You could put a mannequin. You said you could put a mannequin in the field. Did you not just say that?
Yes. And where was them black folk out riding them horses?
That was more ranch.
But
if you want to
listen,
get technical.
how many times I got to give y'all cheat codes? I said I specifically picked stuff where they going to have something in there to make you think it's pointing to one thing. I knew him saying out in the field was going to make y'all think it was
I ain't
fun.
doing that because one time I do it, you're going to say, well, now, see, technically, no. I want to hear.
Tyra, ain't you a teacher? You was failing.
Teach kindergarten. Kindergarten and first grade don't require all of this. You look at here, okay?
Like everybody was literally clowning about that alien when he go to his full form. They was calling it a blanket, a shower. I just knew that last line was gonna give it away.
No, I'll take the alien in Nope over Signs any day. Like no, and I couldn't stand the alien in Nope, but no.
Mark,
Mm-hmm.
bring it back up for your panelists.
I'm gonna try.
I give up. How can public and critics go up for a film as boring as this? Tedious, overblown, self-important. This has to be in the top 10 most boring films ever made. The Twilight Zone and Outer Limits have covered this ground many times in less than half the time with much more flair and excitement.
Sweet baby Jesus. Signs.
Is that your final answer? Because you sound a little shaky.
I'm shooketh, yes. Don't make me change my answer. Is it Signs?
Finally, unlike last time, you did not let the devil trick you. It is Signs. You muted, Tyra.
I knew it was Signs. We're not comparing Nope to X-Files and what you said, Outer Limits. Really? Old references. Absolutely not. Has to be Signs.
Yeah, that was for me. Oh. Okay.
Oh my lord. Got Mark nervous up here.
The Collector, Hostel.
I haven't seen neither one of these.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Well, you already been losing on movies.
It ain't made no difference for us this far, Mark. So it's okay.
You've been losing on movies you've seen. So movies you haven't seen. So you got the same things.
Oh, the shade. Where's my fan at? Damn, you get me.
And wait, I only seen the collection.
You ain't seen the collection.
Walk to the sequel, Kay.
Is the sequel like the first one?
It's better. Like it's a better film. Okay.
Who skips the original and sees the sequel first?
You'd be surprised.
Because I heard good things about the sequel.
Did you not hear good things about the first one?
No.
I can't with Kay.
The Collector is the better film, but we know Kay don't like good films. She likes the happening, so this is what we expect of Kay.
Okay, how you just pick up because the second one kind of picks up where that first one left off with the man still captive. Like how you just jump in like I'm here.
Just jump right on in there.
I can't do that, Kay. We're gonna have you on the panel one day and we're gonna discuss that.
Yes, Miriam, tell her gots to go watch The Collector. Classic. Oh, and they started to make it a trilogy during the pandemic, but production got shut down, and they just announced they are actually going to start on the third film again. So I'm very hyped, and they better bring Arkin back. Okay.
So now I gotta watch the first one then. Okay.
Good idea. Turned to generic garbage, completely lacking of atmosphere and tension. Despite the graphic violence, the end of the movie totally loses focus and relies on way too many convenient solutions. The movie is too horror stylized.
That gotta be Hostel.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Tyra.
Yes.
A film that merely glamorizes and glorifies torture and brutality. There isn't a single reason for anything that happens. The main guy is neither sensible nor sympathetic. This horror movie commits the cardinal sin of being boring, despite the gruesome subject matter. It's really nothing more than cliches that are presented in a way that makes the story's utter lack of originality, as well as its lack of internal logic, glaringly visible.
All right, you always trying to trick a player with your wordsmithness in these things. You threw around gruesome quite often, which I feel like means you want me to lean towards hostile. But since that's what I'm feeling like, and you've been trying to teach us, I'm gonna go with The Collector.
Finally, the student becomes the teacher. Yes. I don't know how many times I had to give y'all that cheat code.
Yeah, okay. One quick thing, to be perfectly honest, their review is one of the reasons why I don't want to see Hostel. So I would probably wrote their review, and I probably would have picked their review because I agree with it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to watch that movie. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mark.
Okay.
This movie was absolute garbage, a crash course in trashy filmmaking for vicarious idiots. Don't you live vicariously through people? How are you a vicarious idiot? Essentially a torture and gross out movie. Horror and thriller movies can be very, very effective without such over-the-top, extreme, excessive sadism, torture, and gore. Just a very bizarre movie.
Hostel.
Yes, and I just knew that would trip you up because both movies torture people.
He ain't seen them.
But I know that the premise of Hostel was people living vicariously, killing people through other people. People. I mean, I'm assuming what people paying is to watch them kill people.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
they were paying to kill
people.
Oh, see, I haven't seen it, but
So it seems like you do better with the movies you haven't seen than the movies you have seen. Okay. Let me find a good one for this last round. This movie was by far one of the most horrendous I've ever seen. The plot was barely existent, the characters so extremely cliche, and the abysmal ending. The stupidity of the protagonist and all the other characters. This movie should only be ever watched by the most evilest people in the world.
They gotta be hostile.
The Collector.
Well, see, I ain't see that one, so
Don't make excuses.
watch The Collection.
Don't make excuses. Because look, you should have still known. And that was our Guess the Bad review. And now we are going to get into our horror trivia.
I hope this is multiple choice.
I know y'all slow. It's multiple choice.
You got pictures of the people, like, because you ain't have photos up last time.
Oh Lord.
Next to the
Mark,
multiple
you didn't
choice.
know who Donald Sutherland was.
I know him by his face.
Yeah,
Show me a
Mark,
picture.
Take her movie buff card, please.
You got to show me the picture. You tried to trick me.
no, we just lost him.
I need to see a face.
Merrick from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What? Okay,
No,
we are going to have an impromptu intermission because my Walmart delivery just got delivered, and I got popsicles.
Question for me. I know the answer to this.
I cannot let the popsicles sit out there. So one time we're gonna run the intro back. For our intermission.
Can I answer the question first?
No.
No, you can't because it ain't even your turn.
Oh,
Welcome to my
back like we never left, baby.
I was going to say, you don't got that many groceries as a single woman. Hurry up and get in here.
And I actually did my full grocery delivery yesterday, but it be so, I did not know. I just moved from Florida to Tennessee, and I did not know Tennessee be hot as hell in the summer, baby. I had no idea. So I had to get me some popsicles, baby. I had to. Water will not do. If I come in from a hot walk with the dogs, I have to have a popsicle. So, and everything else is just household items. Because, you know, Walmart, where you get the cheap household items. But I was like, yeah, I got to get me some dang popsicles. I be tearing my popsicles up, okay? But we are getting into our horror trivia. Tyra, are you ready for the trivia?
You know I'm here for the trivia. You can miss me with them with them people and they messages, child, because you gonna miss me. You gonna trip me up every time with them. I can do multiple choice. I've always been a multiple choice type of child.
So do you think you're gonna actually redeem yourself from that last game?
All I can do is try.
All you can do is try, baby. All you can do is try. But I'm killing time right now because where are my trivia questions and answers? I think I know some of these, so I'm just finna go ahead because I don't know what I did with the answers. Tyra, which horror movie did Jamie Lee Curtis' mother star in? Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Psycho, or Black Christmas?
I think it's Kay question. Kay about to say this is her question. I can see what you about to say, Kay.
Psycho.
You don't get the point because it wasn't your turn.
It was your turn. You gave it the turn. When I got here, I was going to answer it. You said no because it's not your turn.
Whatever the hell.
I'm taking my point.
Yes,
Kay was over there. Kay was over there on Google. You went over there to Google, Kay? That's what you went? That's what you
know
went?
what?
I know this because I'm a fan of Psycho. I watched the original. I like Bates Motel. Okay, me and Norman Bates are here.
No, you know what? You could have had time to Google because y'all saw that question before we went intermission. So yeah, that point don't count. That was the warm-up round, like Ghostface gave old girl. K, true or false? Bruce Campbell, the actor who plays Ash in Evil Dead, because we know you don't know nobody's name. Bruce Campbell was not okay with an Evil Dead remake until he was told that Ash character would not be recast.
Statistically, if you don't know, you're supposed to say true. So I'm gonna go with true.
It is true. Sam Raimi was very excited because he thought that Evil Dead was the perfect movie to be remade and reimagined. And Bruce Campbell said, hell nah, I'm not here for it. Until they said it would be a whole new group of characters and there would be no Ash character. Mark, which actor has appeared in 2 science fiction body horror remakes? Ethan Hawke, Jeff Goldblum, or Justin Long?
My boy Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. And what are those 2 body horror remakes?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Fly.
Absolutely, babe.
You better know Jeff Goldblum.
You know them 2 of my favorite movies. How you ain't gonna give me that question?
Tyra, Paul W.S. Anderson turned down which film in order to direct Event Horizon? X-Men 2000, The Fifth Element, or Cloverfield?
Well, Event Horizon ain't nowhere near Cloverfield, and X-Men 2000. I'm gonna go with The Fifth Element.
Child, I don't know the answer to this. Let me try and find my trivia stuff. Okay, what was your answer?
Why we don't trust your answer key right there.
No, hold on. Now, I didn't have the answer key, but see, now I'm getting the answer key. Tyra, what's your answer, babe?
I said The Fifth Element.
It is X-Men 2000. I knew y'all get that wrong because X-Men ain't no horror adjacent nowhere. But yes, he was asked to direct X-Men 2000. Okay, what actor pulled out of Signs, M. Night Shyamalan Signs, before Joaquin Phoenix was cast? Joaquin Phoenix is the guy in the movie who swings the bat. Mark Ruffalo, Jamie Foxx, or Bill Paxton? I know you don't know none of these people.
I do. Okay, I know Mark Ruffalo because he is the Hulk. I know Jamie Foxx. Now, give me a movie that Bill Paxton was in. What does his face look like?
Oh my God, you don't know Bill Paxton.
What is it? I need a
Hey.
Have you seen A Simple Plan, Aliens,
Yes.
Twisters,
Yes.
Near Dark.
Near Dark?
Okay, no. Okay.
The Vagrant.
Like, he's played in everything.
So I'm gonna say C then. Now that I get a picture of his face.
It is A. Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo was diagnosed with a brain tumor, so he had to drop out, and Joaquin Phoenix was cast. But luckily, his
He
brain
survived the
tumor,
brain tumor.
his brain tumor ended up being benign.
Mm.
Yes,
Okay,
stay
I did
tuned.
not know
Reviews.
that.
Bill Paxton was in Titanic. He was in everything. You about to piss me off, Kate, because I love Bill Paxton.
I know who that is, but I don't know people's names.
Tyra,
Yes.
which 1999 film did Wes Craven turn down in order to direct the movie Scream?
You just
Ghost
gotta pick up questions, Scream adjacent, right? You always gotta be Scream somewhere.
But it has nothing to do with Scream. You know Wes Craven. What movie did he turn down? Ghost Ship, The Haunting, or Stigmata?
I'm stuck between B and A. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna go with B.
Okay, let's see what people are saying in the comments. C, Stigmata, probably Stigmata. It is The Haunting.
Really?
Yes, they wanted Wes Craven to do The Haunting, which is a remake, and he was signed, but then he went over with Kevin Williamson to do Scream. I would love to know I love The Haunting, but I would love to know what that would look like with Wes Craven at the helm.
You know what? That does make sense because Ghost Ship was Dark Castle's movie, and that's the same company that did House of Wax, Haunted Hill, Gothica. The reason why I say all this because Wes Craven would not have touched any of the.
Who are you giving this easy question to?
I know this one.
Mark.
Oh, this me?
What is the name of the hotel in The Shining? Bates Hotel, Overlook Hotel, or Trump Plaza Hotel?
Give me B, Overlook.
That is correct.
Now, why you throw this in there now?
Easiest question I've ever seen her give. Wow.
Because I just knew Kay would say Bates Hotel.
I read The Shining. Okay, how many of y'all read The Shining?
I don't read no dang Stephen King thicker than the Bible ass books.
Damn.
That's how I know. I read the book too.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dang C with another super chat. About 30 minutes ago, black dude in the Meg is the really ninja dude. Thank you, Dane C, for the super chat for Miss Tyra.
Thank you. Thank you, Dane.
Stephen King girl, K. True or false? Since this your man's. Stephen King said, everything I disliked about Kubrick's The Shining was redeemed with Flanagan's Dr. Sleep.
Now, I don't know if he added on Dr. Sleep, but I do know that he didn't like the other one.
He hated it.
This is correct. This is his whole quote is what Stephen King said.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he added on that little part at the end.
Yes, he did. Tyra. Nah. Which director's first film was banned in Britain? Wes Craven, Fede Alvarez, or John Carpenter?
I think Wes Craven's first film was Last House on the Left, and I could see that getting banned. So I'm gonna go with A.
You are correct, Tyra.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Dragon movie guy.
Finally, you got something, girl.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't belittle my moment, please.
You know, we're gonna let Tyra have her moment, okay? Mark. Which final guy has his own theme music? Ash, Dewey, or Ed Warren?
Dewey.
That is correct.
Because I bumped this shit to this. I'm sorry. I bumped it to this. Excuse me.
Dewey has
I
theme music?
love it. Yes.
You a Scream hater, so you wouldn't know, but yes.
What is it?
Well, girl, I don't know this. I can't. I'm not an instrument. I can't.
Oh, so it's just
Scream-
instrumental?
No,
Yeah.
it's instrumental. In Scream 2, when you first see him, that's his theme.
She don't know what you're talking about.
Oh God. If you
Don't
watch
what?
Scream 2 again, listen, when he first pops up, that's his theme.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Okay.
Do I get this one? Thank you.
Tyra.
No.
Tyra.
Yes.
What was the name of the man who possessed the good guy doll? Charles L. Day, Michael Jackson, or Charles Lee Ray?
Oh, child, that's Charles Lee Ray. Let's see.
There you go.
Hey, looks so
You
disappointed.
make
Like,
me think you know the answer. I'ma skip you, Kay.
what? Terrible.
Yes, Miriam. His theme music started in Scream 2. It sounds like Western music, kinda. Yeah, it's like a hokey, dopey Western.
Of course it is. Of course it is, because it's hokey dokey, goofy dooey.
Kay, in
I
what
would play it, but I
city
would get in trouble.
does Rosemary's Baby take place? New York, Chicago, or Boston?
Come on.
It better be New York.
You are correct.
Thought you were trying to trick me on that one.
I just knew you would say Boston. Tyra,
Mm-hmm.
what was the name? This is your era now. What was the name of Michael Myers' teenage sister he kills in Halloween? Judy, Lori, or Judith?
A Judy.
It is C, Judith.
Oh.
God, why? I thought you was gonna get that one.
Now this is your
Now, why
era.
would you put Judy and Judith in there? That is the same name.
She trying to trick a brother. That's all. It's cool. It's cool.
And it worked.
It's cool.
Y'all don't know how I do by now. If you don't know me by now, you'll never know me.
I won't.
Okay. What is the only way to survive the curse in the movie Smile? A, kill someone in front of someone else. B, kill someone you love. Or C, never smile again.
That got to be A.
That is correct.
I was thinking about the movie Hiding, Truth or Dare for a second.
Girl, I said Smile.
But it's almost the same thing. Almost.
Tyra,
Yes.
which horror villain said, "I never drink wine"? Hannibal Lecter, Dracula, or Pinhead?
B Dracula.
That is correct.
Thank you.
I just knew you was gonna say Pinhead.
Why would I say Pinhead? Pinhead ain't drinking a damn thing to begin with.
Mark, finish this sentence. No tears, please. It's a waste of good
Suffering.
That is correct. And if you talk out of turn, I'm docking your pay.
You know, it's one of my favorites. Dang.
That's why I ain't give you that one. Okay. What was the name of the cat in Alien? Spot, Church, or Jonesy?
Let's do process of elimination. Church was the cat in Pet Cemetery, so it can't be Church. Spot sounds like a name for a dog, so I'm gonna go with C.
That is correct. But I'm mad you don't just know it was Zombie. You know
She
how
got
many
it right.
times-
She got it right.
You know how
Just
many?
take your
But that's a half
strategies.
point. You get a half point for that
Yeah.
one.
Y'all better write down these test taking strategies.
A half point. Do you know how many times Sigourney Weaver says Jonesy and Alien and Aliens?
She got it right. That's all that
I ain't
matters.
watched that movie in a long time, and I don't like cats, so I don't be paying attention.
Well, that was our horror trivia game.
Ooh, that was hard. Hey, worked that hard since.
Do you
since
have
fifth
coffee
grade.
mugs in the back for the
She-
winners?
She got it.
You know what?
Kay, I don't think we would get it if she did. I just think it might go.
And your last question, you only got a half point, Kay, so you don't get nothing.
Out there.
Now we are talking our Scream Kings and our final guys. Kay, if you had to create your perfect final guy and the type of film he would be in, what would it look like?
Okay. I'm thinking about final guy and the type of film. If I needed a final guy, he would be kind of like Shane with a little bit of Blade. Put them two together. That's who I need to get me through. Okay. They know how to survive really well. And I need to be in quite possibly put me in an outbreak then. I could do that. I feel like I could run from a zombie more than I could a vamp because zombies don't have magical powers like vampires and or aliens and stuff. So give me a mixture of Shane Walsh from Walking Dead and Blade and put us in zombie apocalypse. I think we're gonna be straight.
Now, what kind of zombies? The Walking Dead zombies or the 28 Days Later zombies?
The zombies from like the original Night of the Living Dead.
The black and white. Why the hell do you need Blade for the black and white zombies?
A great action scene, maybe.
Blade gonna be bored.
I'm just trying to be safe. We're gonna be good. Just trying to survive.
Tyra.
Oh Lord. Perfect final guy. Okay, I want a mix of like a Josh Stewart from The Collector with a
Oh yeah,
hint,
good one.
with a hint of Kurt Russell. He can't be too squeaky clean. I need him to have a little dirt on him. That, and I want a dystopian creature feature. That's what I want. Creature feature.
I love a dystopian creature feature.
Yes, that's what I want. And I feel like
Mark.
I could handle business.
Oh God, this is so hard. Well, first and foremost, whoever the final guy is gonna be, they have to be either or a love interest or a best friend.
Baby, we trying to live. We ain't got time for
No,
that.
but I'm just saying because
Well,
this type of
trying
thing,
not to be
it lead-
lonely in the apocalypse.
I'm leaning towards the situation I will be in.
Mark, you gonna die because you trying to make
No, I was trying to hold up. The final, I mean, what I was trying to say is that I would like to have. I'm trying to say this. It leads into my horror situation. The reason why they have to be one of those two, but they have to be, agile because I can't fight for shit. You know what I'm saying? They have to be fight. Stuff. They have to fight. They have to know MacGyver type tactics. They gotta know puzzles just like I do and stuff like that. But they have to also be able to read people. Because my horror situation that we would be in would be on some probably werewolf vampiric thing. I don't know. Love story. Does that make any sense?
I get it. I see it, Mark.
It makes sense. Mark trying to hunch at the end of the world.
That is not what he said.
No, I just want to be
He
so
wants
bad.
a love and he wants a motivation for the characters to go on. I heard it.
Tyra the one be trying to do that at the end of the world.
Show
Big
is we get it in the apocalypse because Or what?
True that.
What are you saving it for?
True that.
Who knows? The next time I'm gonna see a nice, clean shaven man. No,
I just want to be able to, because I that's one of my biggest horror fantasies. It's like either become a werewolf or become a vampire or something like that, and then have somebody who's still human. Something like that's my yes.
KD with a super chat. Anybody know who this super chat is for?
It's me. I can see it on my end. Thank you so much, KD. I usually don't comment and just watch. I love this and look forward to this every week. Keep this going. Thank you so much, KD, and thank you for commenting. I know a lot of you guys just watch, even if you want to just chat with us in the chat, and that's cool and good. We support that, and also send me super chats. I love it, and I'm glad you're looking forward to this because Nikki gonna keep going, and I'm gonna make sure she keep going. Thank you. See that? Look at that motivation. Thank you, Katie.
And of course, a lot of people just watch and don't comment. But if I don't know nothing about being shy. But if you shy, you can send a super sticker. You don't have to really send anything to like say or chat. But let's get into our next question. Tyra.
Oh Lord.
Off the strength of your super chat, you got $5 in your pocket now. So I need you to give me something. Work for them $5, okay? If you had to live forever in a horror movie, which film would you choose?
Child. Sadly, it would either be Scream or Candyman. I feel like I want to live where I can survive.
Get out of Scream.
No, I want to live where I can survive. Scream is like one of the few horror sectors and franchises where it's your everyday regular Joe. I ain't got to worry about nobody rolling up, coming back. You can worry about somebody else putting their costume on and being a crazy, but it's always a human person. I can deal with that versus, your Jasons, your Michaels, little Chucky and them. Everybody has an opportunity to come back. Freaking Freddy, I'm gonna go to Scream or Candyman, even though he's lore and everything. As long as you don't say the name, you safe. You're chilling. I'm gonna pick those. I'm gonna stay there.
Now, see, I got a bone to pick with Candyman because Tyra told me to watch Candyman 2.
Now you done already said it 3 times now.
No, I'm not looking in the mirror. Now, Tyra, you just said as long as you don't look in the mirror and say his name, you safe. But in that second movie, the white lady is the one who looks in the mirror and says his name. She don't die. Her boyfriend does.
Hey, the white ladies are always obsolete. He be chasing after their white trim every single time. That's his motivation. Don't do that. You already know. From the originals 1 through 3, it's always about the white trim. They are always safe because he's trying to regroup and recalibrate whatever sauce way back when them people smeared that honey on them and put them bees on them. He always chasing after the whites. You know that.
But why I gotta die as a boyfriend when I ain't say your name in the mirror?
It was a proof point. Was it not so bad as good territory though? Was it not funny as hell? I thought it was.
It was ridiculous.
Thank you.
Kay.
The Ring, because I ain't watching that tape.
Y'all cheating.
Live.
If they say if you watch this, you're gonna die in 7 days. Okay.
Go on and live my regular life.
So let me make sure I'm getting this correct. You mean like forever, like vampire, like immortal, or you mean to like your normal regular life?
Baby, this is not the werewolf fantasy. I just mean as long as you live.
Okay. I was making sure.
Now, which movie you in, Mark? The Howling?
How? You don't ever know who coming.
No. I don't know. It's just I'm trying to Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like the outside. I don't like going on my porch. So why would I go to a camp in the middle of nowhere?
Y'all cheating.
What?
Well, what's yours if you're cheating?
They're all good answers that we
what's
have
your
here.
forever
We
place?
know how to survive. These are survival skills.
Trying to survive. What's your forever place, Nikki?
I cannot with y'all and y'all cheating and just like, oh,
What's your forever? I want to know where yours was. What is your place, Nikki? What horror movie are you living in? Forever?
Yeah, I would like to know too. Come on.
I'm already in it. It's called the Planet Earth. Mark.
Yes.
When we talk about our Scream Kings, now this may come out of left field, but okay, we're talking about what actor we would like to see become a Scream King. Who is an actor who has not done horror that we would like to see be a Scream King? Mine would be Tyrese. And I know that's gonna come out of left field, but now we not putting in the real life shenanigans. Just his film career. I think Tyrese is very underrated when it comes to acting. I really liked him in Legion. I think he is actually really good. I think he would be great in a horror movie. Mark, who is someone you would like to see make their horror debut and be a Scream King?
That's kind of hard because most of the people I love are already tinged with they're horror tinged. That's what I'm trying to say. Damn. I can't think of like you know what? I'm gonna say somebody who has not done. They only did like one horror film that I can think of. John Boyega.
I'll take that
because I just feel like he did sci-fi. It's sci-fi horror with Attack the Block. But just putting him in something that is like gonna take him to like a haunted house or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or even because I want to see him in the hokey, like because I got him and Michael mixed up because I thought that he was gonna be in I Am Legend 2, but it's actually Michael. But just something is where he's just like it's just him, an atmosphere, and a good script, and let him just tear it apart. Let everybody know that he can do anything.
I would love to see John Boyega in Haunt. I think that would work. Tyra?
Mahershala. I want to see Mahershala. I want to see Mahershala be a villain, like just downright. I want to see him be monstrous because I think he'd be awesome at it. I would love for him to be that. And I'll say Aldous Hodge. Like it'll be nice to see him over there. I would love to see those two brothers dip their toe in the horror pond a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, my man, he about to be in coming up. He about to be in that vampire movie coming March of 2025, and then he gonna be in, like Mark said, I Am Legend 2. So yeah, it's coming.
Michael B. Jordan.
Absolutely, he's
who can't act. Let's see how he acts.
Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We're not gonna go in on my man like that.
Dane C said Will Smith, and you know what I never thought about? I did a watch along on my channel for the Bad Boys movie, and somebody said Will Smith has never played a villain, and I never really thought about that. He hasn't. I think Will Smith should do a horror villain role.
It's like in his contract, like he don't want to play those characters. He turns them down. He don't want to play a bad guy. Period.
He needs to do it. I mean, we're 100 years into the career. It's time to switch it up. But now we are going to end things off with our horror verses. And of course, since we are talking Final Guys and Scream Kings, our verses of Andy in Child's Play versus the kid in Sixth Sense. Tyra, who is coming out on top for you?
I'm going with Andy all day. Baby. The way that baby was surviving, all on his own. He was left out there in the cold by everybody, with nobody believing him. He was running like Andy was on the bus, and he was on the subway. He was walking down streets. Then he got adopted by that family and they wouldn't believe in him and that damn dog. Then he had to run in that factory. Then he followed him to the damn army base. So he just couldn't catch a break. I'm gonna go with Andy.
Stay tuned reviews. We discussed this as well. Yes, Will Smith technically was a villain in Suicide Squad, but he still wasn't a bad guy. Like he has never done a actual villainous role. Mark, who you got in the verses?
Andy Barkley. I mean, y'all, look, we gotta put some respect on Andy's name. Like you said, actually, You already did it, Nikki, because you sat there and said Andy and the little kid from because I can't think of who he is. He's not iconic. He's not that kid. You know what I'm saying? I
Now
mean,
hold on, now don't disrespect the little boy seeing ghosts.
no, I'm saying that I can't call his name out right now. Andy Barkley, I was raised up with Andy. Me and Andy we go a long way. And Andy is still fighting, still fighting to this day. Him and Chucky's beef is like Cardi B's beef.
Just forever.
Forever.
To this day.
To this day.
Okay.
So
I mean, as much as they didn't had a lifelong battle, okay. First of all, we talking about squaring up with a doll versus spirits, okay. Let me see what y'all gonna do when the ghosts come around. What y'all gonna do? tell me how you fight. What do you call them?
I ain't gonna do nothing, Kay. I can't see them. That's your problem. What you looking at the ghosts for?
How you fight a poltergeist?
It's your problem. Could nobody see them ghosts but him?
You know what?
Exactly, and then that make it even worse. He the only one that can see them. That's even more scary. How y'all gonna help him survive? Okay, I might can go toe to toe with Chucky, but if a spirit come, what am I gonna do?
I cannot believe y'all really going with Andy. Do y'all not know what this kid went through in The Sixth Sense? That kid was fighting for his life.
Exactly.
He spent that whole movie terrified, peeing his pants.
That's my problem.
And he is more iconic. He got a line that's iconic. I see dead people. He had Marlon Wayans.
To someone who cares. Tell it to Bruce. I don't want to. Went through Andy. Andy all day.
Andy
okay,
can't sleep.
Tyra, as the resident hater, who you got? Chris from Get Out versus old boy from Misery.
I'm going with Paul Sheldon every time because baby, the legs was cocked. It was done for, and the way he got himself in that situation over there with the whites at the auction, like the way when he loses me and when he's still asking Rose for them keys, that pisses me off every time. Like if we ain't know Rose had the keys and she was on the down low all this time and she was with her fam. I don't know what to tell you. It took him too long to get to the actual factual. Like, come on. Paul was fighting for his life from the moment he woke up. To outsmart, and Kathy Bates was all burly and strong, throwing him over her shoulder. Like he was fighting for his life in there with that woman. It was too much. He had every opportunity to just pretty much die and succumb in that situation, and he survived. I got to go with Paul Sheldon.
Okay.
I would normally be rude for everybody black. Miriam, I would normally do that, but he didn't have to be in that situation, okay? In Misery, he ended up there by an accident. Your boy and Get Out, we didn't have to do that, okay? What did Dr. Umar say? Don't be bunny hopping in the snow. You didn't have to end up in that situation.
And you know what? I'm with Tyra because he pisses me off in the end. It ain't no way I don't think you know what your family doing. This your family.
Rose, keys, Rose, keys.
Right.
And then his friend tried to warn him ahead of time about doing that, and he didn't listen.
Mark.
Y'all to convince me to go to the Paul Sheldon club because I'm like Miriam. I always root for black. I always bet on black. But goddamn, getting that far into the situation, is a choice. That's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Me minding my business, and you're gonna learn, Nikki, when the winter hits here. You can't be just gallivanting down snow on an icy road. You can't be doing no shit like that.
Oh, you know about Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've been to Tennessee only in the winter. That's why I'm just now experiencing the summers.
Okay, because but I'm just saying we all know Paul Sheldon couldn't control that car in that winter storm and whatnot, and you waking up, you just glad to be alive, blessed, and then you sit there and looking at this crazy woman talking about some I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. What do you mean you killed up? character. And you like this?
Okay,
Oh.
Ed Warren versus Joaquin Phoenix in Signs. Who coming out on top?
Possession versus Alien. You know, I'm gonna have to go with Signs because I actually have a real fear of aliens. So
Of course,
don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody except the 47 people in this live.
It's X-Files' fault, okay? I always thought I was gonna end up like Mulder's sister, somebody was gonna abduct me and nobody was ever gonna know.
I'm sure nobody will abduct you, Kay. And if they do, they're gonna chop your ass back to earth. Tyra.
I'm gonna go with Ed. I'm gonna go with Ed. You know, he got his ride now over there. They be working as a team. And you know, it's one thing to be going up against these little aliens that just need a cup of water. The whole other thing over there, all the ghosts and the spirits and the paranormal situations, like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Ed.
Mark.
I think Mark's muted.
You're muted, Mark.
Sorry, I'm team Ed Warren as well because he has a whole museum of cursed shit that could just he collects shit that he takes out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Ed, he has a whole trilogy. He has a trilogy after him. He just, you know, Ed Warren, Big Money Ed.
Not Big Money.
Big Money Ed.
Now, Tyra,
Yeah.
we're going to your era of film.
Mm-hmm.
The chief on his all-white beach, whites only beach, in his whites only town in Jaws, or Kurt Russell as McCready in The Thing?
These are whites only pies. I'm gonna go with Kurt Russell every time. I'm gonna go with Kurt every single time. And I love the whole scenario in Jaws, but Jaws is just that. It's Jaws. We got to worry about that one shark. A whole alien thing that can take shape and form of anybody. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's a whole lot more to go up against instead of, you know, that killer shark. I'm gonna go with Kurt Russell.
Mark.
I'm also gonna go with Kurt because you're stuck in the middle of an outpost. You can't, shit is blowing up, you can't leave. And then you can't make sure you also can't leave because if you leave with this damn thing on this boat, on this ship with us, it's gonna take over the world. The chief was just out there in the ocean. You know, he didn't call nobody for backup. It was just, you know, we just gonna, you know, do this on our own, us three. And it's just like, I can't.
He's
Kurt
tired.
Russell.
He was tired. Mark said we done warned this mayor how many times to cancel this. I'm tired of talking to y'all.
Tyra, Josh Hartnett in The Faculty versus the Gecko brother, George Clooney in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, you know I got a special place for Josh. It's gonna be guaranteed to jack you up every single time, girl. Hey Josh, hey Josh. It's gonna always be Josh. I just and it's just something real cute. And I like Jack ain't have a whole because I like George Clooney. I like George Clooney, but like for a bulk of that film between George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino being it take us too long to get to the action. I love that they tried it with that tattoo on the side of George Clooney's neck. Leave where it was. I'm gonna go with Josh.
And you know what? This is not supposed to be a who look better and who you like, Tyra, because I love Josh Hartnett. That man been fine since being fine. But if I'm in like a horror situation, I need the Gecko brother. He gonna kick tail. He gonna kick somebody behind. Mark.
Oh, Josh, I told you I'm trying to get some when it's go with Josh.
Hey, this is tough for me because, well, I would like Josh Hartnett's Zeke as a friend. I'll be trying to sleep with George Clooney, so Because George Clooney in From Dusk to Dawn was a short fuse, a very short fuse. You didn't know he was gonna you didn't know he was gonna shoot you just for the hell of it, or just actually kill you right out dead. So I, even though that's toxicity with George Clooney, I'm gonna go with Zeke, because at least he would probably if I'd known Zeke in high school, he'd have been the alternative way to get me high. Because I don't smoke, I don't do nothing up. I just it's just I'm like, okay, cool. On the low.
Now, see, I tried to gonna die because you need George Clooney, Gecko brother character to really kick ass.
I don't need it because you too busy trying to save your little pedophilic brother. I don't have time. On over there with him and them feet.
You know what? I didn't even realize that until I forgot, because you look at Juliette Lewis and you like, okay, she was like not that young when she played that role, but she's playing that role as a teenage girl. But looking at her, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Okay, who you got coming out of this?
Oh yeah, I'm going with The Faculty all the way. Yep. Because he may have been on that stuff, but his stuff saved the world. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Zeke can't beat nobody up. Tyra Arkin from The Collector versus Chad Michael Murray in House of Wax.
I ain't never picking Chad Michael Murray unless I'm trying to go stand on a One Tree Hill. It's gonna
that used to be my show when I was a teenager.
It's gonna be Arkin every single time. Arkin is a survivor and he's smart. Like, to outsmart that little thing in that rat mask that we never got to see him. They better give us that third installment. To do all of that and survive from the first movie to the second one, and he also tried to save other people, but he didn't do it at the expense of like, I'm not really trying to die for nobody. I got to save myself. I got my own children to get back to, my own little petty wife, which is why I was here in the first place, trying to pay off a debt. But still, I'm gonna go with him all the way. Chad Michael Murray, and he was an asshole. She almost died waiting on Chad to get there. I don't got time. What am I waiting on you for? I'm gonna go with Arkin.
Yeah, I love House of Wax, but it felt like Chad Michael Murray was trying to play a badass character. Like, it felt like he was like, I don't believe you, okay?
I'm sorry, I have to be the different one here, but I'm gonna take a page out of Mark's book. If we at the end of the world and we gotta survive, I'm probably gonna pick the one who's fine, and Chad Michael Murray, simply because I don't know how long we're gonna live, but we might have a good time while we're here.
Maybe we trying not to die. Y'all worried about who look good. Y'all is taking me out, Mark.
I'm gonna have to go. I haven't even seen this guy in action, this Arkin guy, but I do know he shows up in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's survivability right there. I know Chad Michael would just sit there and just brood, and I'd be exactly. Like, I can't do nothing with that, bro. Like, the fuck? Sorry. I apologize, anybody. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh my God. Y'all just, you know what? Tyra, Fool from The People Under the Stairs, or that kid we know you love in Quiet Place.
You know I love me some Noah, but I'm gonna go with Fool every time. Fool was breaded for this, all right? You know what? Fool, Noah, it took a little while for him to grow into himself. He was nervous, like, Mama, don't leave me with this baby. I ain't got time. Come on, baby, why you just gonna leave me here? We both can't breathe. There ain't no oxygen. He was like he had to grow into himself and his independence, and he finally found it in that second film at the end. But Fool was from the hood, from the projects. He was resourceful. Like Fool tried to he saved old girl. He kept his promise. I always wanted Roach to make it out, but I don't think Roach would have survived in civilized society. But still, Fool was doing everything that he needed to do, and it was called Fool, but he ended up making smart decisions. I'm gonna go with Fool.
Mark,
everything Tyra just said, because wait, you did say Fool, right?
Yes.
Fool.
Okay, I was making sure. Guys, I heard you say something about Noah, but okay, I was double checking. But no, because I just recently saw the Quiet Place movies, and I was worried about that kid. Then was 4 hours total. I was worried about that kid for all 4 hours because I was like, he ain't gonna make it. He gonna, they put him through it. He got his, all that, and I'm like, by the end of the movie, I'm like, he got his, voice or whatever you want to call it, but there was like a lot of character growth coming in. But Fool, day one, I gotta do what I gotta do to help my family. What I need to do. He was stepping up to the plate already. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like, oppression put him into the on the pedal, on the plate. You know what I'm saying? So he was ready to do whatever it was, no questions asked. He even sat there and went as far as going and try to break into somebody's house. It's just he's willing to do what it needs to be done to get things done.
Big Mama had cancer.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Now, Chad, I just put it in there. What is my favorite movie of all time?
The
People Under the Stairs. Exactly. So of course, I'm going to go with the Brandon Adams Fool. No questions. Compared to put him up against any horror movie child, I'm going to pick Fool every time because it's different when you're from the hood, okay? Your livelihood is at stake. And he's not just fighting for himself. Again, he fight for the family. His mama was sick. His sister had them children. He was the man of the house at this time. It was like this or that's it. There's nothing after this. I got to make this happen.
It was piss in the hallways. Crackheads and piss in the hallways. Terrible, terrible place. Looked like a third world country.
Mark, Danny Torrance in Dr. Sleep versus Childs in The Thing.
Oh, this is so tough. This is tough. This is very tough because there's that caveat with Childs in The Thing. I don't know if y'all subscribe to that, way of thinking, but are y'all aware what I'm talking about?
I don't even know what you're talking. You talking real cryptic.
Oh, because they say if you pay close attention to Childs at the end between Childs and
with him being the thing.
Yeah. Right. The breath. He's not breathing. Like you don't see his breath. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a way because when they're standing outside, when they burn old boy, it's a few people you don't see their breath, and they weren't the thing. So yeah, it was just them making the damn movie, child.
But I'm just saying, some people be like, no, he didn't make it. But I'm just saying, I don't want to survive if he was the thing at the end. However, if I'm going to have ghosts, a whole tribe of vampiric psychics, whatever you call them, people that was in Dr. Sleep, I'm gonna need I forgot her old boy name.
Danny Torrance.
I'm gonna need Danny Torrance by my side because help me with my powers so we can knock all these people out.
You think you got the shining mark?
I don't know. If I had the shining, I'll be rich as everybody on this panel, but we would have our own studio or something like that, churning out movies every year if I had the shining, because I know when to strike and when not to strike. So.
Now, if I got the shining, I ain't finna be in nobody's studio working. Tyler.
Oh, child, it's gonna be.
If I had it, it's gonna be mine. It's gonna be my studio. But
Danny sacrificed himself for Alba. I need you to lay your life on the line for your girl. Okay, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to go on as a black girl, young black girl out here in these overlook hotel streets. He sacrificed himself, and he taught her. She defined her gift and everything through that, especially with the state he was in, because Danny was down bad. He got himself together, and he went out. He made peace with his family. He sacrificed himself for Alba. And I always want somebody to sacrifice themselves. I don't want to die.
Okay.
Yet again here, I usually root for everybody black, but I'm a sucker for superpowers,
Okay.
and he did protect little Abra. So yeah, I got to go with.
Maybe Keith David feel like he'll push me and get them instead. I just feel like he was sacrificing me.
I love how Kay keeps saying I usually vote for everybody black, but she literally never vote for nobody black. But, I can't believe nobody. I feel like I can't believe I'm the only person who would pick Childs. And I don't know how this gonna sound, but the countless horror movies I've seen, Childs is the only character where I see myself. I'm like, I'm Childs. Like the whole movie, his attitude, everything he says. I just feel like, and I feel like he was ducked off letting Kurt Russell put his life on the line, because Kurt Russell's character was like, now where was you? Baby, I was somewhere hiding, waiting for you to kill the alien. Okay, I love Childs so freaking much. Kay, we got the kid in the Black Phone versus the kid from Antlers. Who's coming out on top?
Again, I might give it to the kid from Black Phone because he got psychic abilities. So I'm a sucker for psychic abilities. Go ahead and go with him.
Tyra.
Oh, baby, Black Phone. Little baby over there in the Antlers, this little self. He was real timid. He wasn't talking enough for me. I need you to be able to communicate and tell me what's going down. And low key, like the father or whatever that was. That's who was, protecting him in their own little way. But the communication was off. That annoying teacher, like, even though I'm not that teacher, don't be waiting for me to come to your door. This is not that movie. This is not Cobweb. I'm not coming. You tell me, all right. I mean, I understand. Let me know when you coming back to class, baby. I'm not coming to knock on no door. The kid in Black Phone, he was doing what needed to be done and get himself out of that situation. He used his abilities, and he was a fighter. Antlers, he was just a little too young and a little too timid and a little too quiet.
Mark.
I'm going to go with the Black Phone because I have not seen Antlers yet, and I haven't heard anybody say anything real powerful about the little boy from Antlers. But the Black Phone.
I love Antlers.
Did I go out?
Your Antlers was a really decent movie, but child, you ain't saving me. What are you bringing to the table, little boy? Nothing.
I'm mad Black Phone made me cry though. When his best friend, the little Hispanic kid, was in the house with him and he said, I didn't survive. But oh God, why your head? And see, this is why I could not finish It 2017. I hate a bully trope in a horror movie because the evil never go after the bullies. It always go after the sweet kids. Why the little Hispanic kid had to die, man? Why it couldn't be the bully? Made me mad. Okay, I'm off my bully tangent. Tyra, we got Jay Hernandez character from Hostel, and your head is like a shark's fin. LL Cool J from Deep Blue Sea. Who you want by your side to help you survive, Tyra?
I want Paxton Rodriguez over here from Hostel. I mean, first of all, LL was worried a little too much about that damn bird. People in horror movies who be caring about their pets before me, that irks me. We ain't trying to go back for the dog, the cat, or the bird. I'm just not doing that.
I'm finna tell Bane you said that.
Don't tell my baby that. Don't tell my baby that. I love my baby. But still, like, no, in this scenario, I'm not stopping for you and your bird. And with the situation that Paxton was in, I was just it's crazy that he made it out. Then he got some revenge. I'm always here for some revenge. So I'm gonna go with him.
Mark.
Haven't seen Hostel, as I said earlier, but I have seen Deep Blue Sea. And if we're talking about surviving, I'm gonna have to go with the dude from Hostel because you hear people coming to try to kill you, like, and they was just what you call them, hedge fund capitalists or some stuff like that. No, preacher ain't gonna preach me out of that.
Not doing it. LL was over there licking them lips in the water. We ain't got time for I'm trying to live. You trying to be sexy? No.
Now you the main one. Want to be laid up under somebody at the end of the world, but you don't want LL licking his lips in the water, okay?
Y'all wrong for this. For this, because I'm going with LL. Okay, if he cares that much about a bird, that means he's gonna care twice as much about me. We're gonna survive together, and I can't swim, and he can, so he gonna have somebody that's strong gonna have to pull me out the water. Okay, him and all his muscles can go ahead and
I need
help
practice
you.
over there. If I happen to get got, I need you to ride out for me and seek vengeance. That's the type of energy I want.
Okay, you gonna survive? Which was worse, surviving sharks, intelligent sharks, or regular old humans?
Girl, regular old humans was child. But I'm glad I'm not the only person that don't know how to swim.
I'm not either.
Tyra, we got your man's, Tyra. We got your man's. Dewey versus I was adopted.
Child. I'm gonna go with Tay Diggs. Shocker. I'm gonna go with Tay Diggs because Dewey would annoy me to death. I go, why are you talking to me? Don't talk to me. Just do your job. Why are you trying to make friends? I'm trying to be romantic. Get away. You're not even like, it's not even romance. I just never got the pull. Like, Courtney, you could have did so much better. You ended up with Dewey. I'm questioning your judgment and your sanity. Tay, Tay was pressing real hard to say that white woman. What I'm not gonna do is jeopardize my life to say the white woman, but the white woman could potentially have been me. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Tay because he was willing to help out somebody else. Dewey is also, but I don't trust Dewey with my life. I don't feel like I'm gonna survive. No.
Anybody white watching this right now, we love y'all. Okay, we love y'all. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna show Dewey some love because he is a survivor. Okay, he got his own little Western theme music when he walk on the set. Okay, Gail did him wrong. Okay,
wow. Is that what it is?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
That's what you're serious.
Yes.
Tyra perpetrated.
No, what kind of cliche is that? I was joking. What? I'm gonna go look it up because y'all lying.
I'm showing Dewey some love.
I've never heard that. What?
Tyra secretly love these movies and be watching them late at night.
No, that's the cliche.
How you know the music?
That's the cliche Western music for like everything. That's his theme. What? That's stupid. That's another notch for me not to like Dewey.
No, don't do it. It's gonna have to be Tay Diggs from House on Haunted Hill because not only did he survive, but we're both $1 million richer. So yeah.
He wasn't leaving that white woman. I know that. He wasn't leaving her.
Tyra, another one of your favorites. We got Randy versus old boy in The Blob.
I'm gonna go with old boy from The Blob. He was given on the wrong side of the track. I low-key feel like Randy would leave me. If I'm not Sydney and you ain't trying to get in these drawers, you might just leave me there. You might sacrifice me to say yourself. I don't have time for that. Baby over here, he was given wrong side of the tracks, but he was given hero at the same time. There's more than meets the eye. I will come back to save folks. I'm going to help. And you know what? I'm going to kill the monster in the end and be resourceful. He was in action. He was doing what needed to be done. I feel like Randy would leave me in a heartbeat. No.
Okay.
Oh, well, Randy, we can talk movie trivia all day. And that's okay, Randy. You ain't got to be a hero. That's actually what'll get you killed in a horror movie, trying to be a hero. He knows better. We ain't going to do that.
You can keep that energy when he leaves.
You know what, Mark?
This is a tough one. I'm gonna need if we're in a big hard situation, I would have to go with Blob Boy because Randy would say his piece and then dip and leave all of us there to fight their way out of the situation.
Miss Lisa, my mommy is in the live. Hey, mommy.
Hi, happy birthday.
My mother, who had her child watch The Evil Dead at 3 years old. Bad parenting. Tyra, we got Ash from Evil Dead versus Devin Seawald, Final Destination.
I'm going to go with Devin. Devin was working hard trying to save them ungrateful people. I'm going to listen because I'm a listener. You tell me one time you had this premonition and don't go over there because the rope going to connect to the wall and then connect to the other wire and I'm going to slip on a stick of gum. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. I'm going to go with Devin because not only was he having those premonitions, but he was thinking about other people, even when they weren't thinking about themselves. Ash, Ash is a kind of loose cannon. I mean, he had been through a lot, rightfully so. But no, I just need somebody with a little bit more sanity, just a little tad bit more. But it's okay.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a sucker for psychic abilities. I gotta go with Final Destination.
Kay a sucker for everything. Skinny men, psychic ability. Mark.
I'm about to go with Devin because he has the premonitions. He's gonna predict who goes when, what, all that. And as much as I love you, Ash, I don't know if you evil Ash or if you, I don't know what's going on with you.
Okay, we got our guy from Last Voyage of the Demeter versus old boy from The Hills Have Eyes, trying to get his baby. Who you got?
I'm going with old boy from Last Voyage of the Demeter because think about it. We got Dracula versus like feral people, like stay out the mountains and stuff like that. Then we wouldn't have to deal with that. And either he faced drag. That there's no comparison. Mm-mm.
Mark.
Haven't seen The Last Voyage yet, but I would still have to go with old boy because if I'm not mistaken, he was doing his job right.
Yeah, he was just working on the ship, child.
He was a doctor.
But he had to be a part of the ship crew in order to get his voyage.
Right, because I can't see myself driving in the middle of the desert in somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. If you do that, then you gonna lead me to my death. No, I'm gonna stick with Corey over here.
Tyra.
Oh, we sticking with the brother with the Last Voyage because little baby over here, it took him too long to find his kahunas to redeem and save his family. By the time you got to where you was going, I had been had already. No, you too late. You too late coming through with the save, bruh. He was too late.
We got your mans, Kay. We got your mans. Busta Rhymes and Halloween.
Oh, come on, man.
Versus Ice Cube and Anaconda. Who you got?
How you put my people together? Did you do this during the live?
This is good. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a real good one.
You put this together during the live. These both of my survivors right here.
I know.
God, this is funny. Fucking Ice Cube. He coming for you. He coming for you. Like what? Terrible.
And y'all look at that. Y'all try to tell me he wasn't a survivor in here. Y'all try to tell me Ice Cube ain't a final guy. Look at that. Y'all gonna be in the swamps with them giant snakes and stuff. Y'all probably scared of garden snakes, let alone an anaconda. I'm talking about he ain't. It's a giant snakes versus Mike Myers. I'm not going to the swamp, but I'm also not going to Haddonfield. But you know what? I'm not one of Mike Myers' relatives, so he ain't gonna bother me. So I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Busta Rhymes because I'm gonna be fine. He ain't gonna do nothing to me. We gonna be good.
None of them kids on that stupid house his relative and they all died. Kay.
Well, they went over there.
Tyra, who you got?
I ain't got time to play with Busta Rhymes. I don't know what movie Busta Bust thought he was. Yeah. He was doing kung fu and I was like, what the? It was that hilariosity is something to behold. Ice Cube, he gonna sound like rap. It's gonna be rapping Cube, but still, he was helping. He was doing what he needed to do to help old J-Lo. So I'm gonna go with him.
Mark.
Wait a minute. Did Tyra Banks die in H2O? Well, it's not H2O. Whatever. Resurrection. Did Tyra die?
Yes, I believe.
Yeah, you do your job. You say the woman. No, absolutely not.
He say that whack woman.
Yeah, yeah, you know how I feel about that. No. Let's say the sister.
We love you, white people. We love you, white people. Mark.
I'm gonna have to go with old Cube over here because in this specific situation, because Busta put them in a situation, he created that whole issue right there for them. So and Ice Cube was just a part of a crew, and so Yeah, cute.
I
He
hate
know
resurrection
black people don't be going on
story.
explorations and stuff like that. I blame him too. Ain't nobody tell him to go out there. He knew.
That
We
was
don't
his
go out there in
job. He was the
rainforests and jungles
cameraman.
and swamps.
Girl, it's not. I'm gonna no excuse. Trevor ain't saving nobody. Get out of here, Buster. I mean, he was late, acting all late. You seen all these people die. Oh, what was that? Oh, yeah. No, absolutely not. No.
I hate the end of that movie. We got the matchup of old boy from what is this? Bill Hader from
Mhm.
It, Chapter 2, a movie I've never seen. Versus I know this guy name. It's blanking right now. From 28 Days Later, Tyra.
You know it's gonna be 28 days later. I don't got time for Bill Hader to be making jokes. This is not time for jokes. I am trying to live. Him and all that sarcasm and jokes, Richie and the extraness, that will piss me off because this is not the time for it. I need you to be on standby and be alert to save my life. Dating in 28 days wasn't playing with nobody. Wasn't playing with nobody. Once he figured it out, once Naomi said, if you look like you about to turn, I'm killing you. You got to worry about him. I'm going to kill you. He was on it. He was on it. He was moving. He was doing what needed to be done. He was a fighter. Yeah, Bill Hader going. What you gonna do? You can't save me with no jokes. Absolutely. No.
And you know what? I forgot about Cillian Murphy when we was talking about Scream Kings because he did 28 Days Later and Red Eye. He did some good stuff, horror stuff. Kay.
I mean, you can like run from a zombie, but like if you got it and he like got paranormal issues and stuff, like he be coming through people mirrors and nightmares and stuff like that. Like how you defeat that? So I'm going with It Chapter 2 on this. Bill Hader.
Okay, you gonna die. Okay, who's it?
Mark.
I'm gonna have to go with Cillian because
with who?
Cillian.
Cillian.
Oh, I was called
First of all, don't you dare tell nobody about a name, Miss Demon Hensu, Demon and Diamond Hensu. I'm not gonna play with you.
Exactly.
Okay. But no, he fell in step. Like I forget who said it. One of y'all said it. He fell in step. So this stuff hit. It was you, Tyra. You said it fell in step. And because I ain't got time to sit there and try to explain a whole 28 a whole month's worth of stuff that happened to catch you up. I don't have time for that. So I'm gonna have to go with old boy from 28.
So my mother texted me and she said, your games are supposed to be fun. You're too hard on your panelists. Did I hurt y'all feelings in not look games earlier?
Lisa, we know who you raised. We know who to expect. Quite some time with Nikki, so I know what to expect when I get here. She's fine. Mark is a guest. I can't speak for Mark. Mark may not ever come back here. I don't know, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
I would hope people get my sense of humor.
Well, yeah. I know it's all in jest.
Thank you. See, I like to abuse people, a little abuse is healthy. Don't quote me though. That was our horror versus. Now that would have been the end, but I, at the last minute, literally 1 a.m. last night, felt like we needed to bring back the race and horror segment. We have not done our race and horror segment in quite maybe a few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I came across something last night that I actually sent to Kay that really irked my soul. You know how they had the Oscars So White campaign? We got to start the horror So White campaign. So you can't really see the image that I took off of IG, but I'm gonna read it to you, baby. Okay, just calm down. Don't hurt your eyes. I'll read it to you. Now, there was something on Instagram where they list it's a horror movie challenge where you pretty much have to check a box to say how many of these horror movies have you seen on the list. And I sent it to Kay and I said, where the niggers? Where the niggers? We have so many horror movies on here, and let's see what movies do we finally come across Negroes. The Exorcist, Paranormal Activity, Let the Right One In, A Quiet Place, Suspiria, The Invisible Man, The Orphanage. I think that's a foreign film. We won't count that. Gerard's Game, Night of the Living Dead, Negro. Section 9, The Blair Witch Project, The Strangers, Train to Busan, foreign, we won't count that. The Conjuring, The Evil Dead, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Omen, The Cabin in the Woods. We got a Negro adjacent person in Cabin in the Woods, so I'll count that. The Wailing and A Tale of Two Sisters, foreign, we won't count that. The Fly, The Babadook, Black Christmas, An American Werewolf in London, Rosemary's Baby, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hereditary, The Shining. We are not counting the sacrificial Negro who was only there to die, O'Halloran. Sinister, Carrie, It Follows, Halloween, The Ring, Saw. Finally, a Negro. Shout out to Danny Glover. Psycho, Alien, The Descent, 28 Days Later, The Witch, Insidious, Audition, another foreign film. We won't count that. Scream, The Thing, Negro, 2 Negroes. It, I think, wasn't who was that black guy? Tim Allen, wasn't he in that original?
Tim Reed.
Yes.
There you go. Okay,
Reed,
so
right.
we got a Negro, and then we had one in the remakes. Host, I think that's foreign. We won't count that. Jaws, we was in a whites only town on a whites only beach. Poltergeist, Candyman. Okay, we got a Negro who was in there for about 10 minutes, but we got him. Smile, Get Out, the one black movie they have mentioned on the whole list. Well, it's a lot of whites on that cast, but we got a Negro there. The Silence of the Lamb, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, well, are we not counting? If you're counting like every single because
the main cast is what we're counting.
Well, Smile has the black boyfriend.
Girl, he about as useless as O'Halloran. He don't.
The Invisible Man, Aldous Hodge is in there.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Okay,
Aldous Hodge is there, and the kid. Either way, it ain't enough. But I'm just looking, and we gonna count Doc. Okay, I'm gonna ride for the Doc, even though he ain't have to die. We're gonna count Doc. Okay, we're counting Doc. Other than that, it's looking like slim pickings around here.
And I'm just.
And 28 days later, the black.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, my black final girl. Yes, Naomi. I forget her last name. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's even any logical answers to these questions, but is it just me, Tyra? Like when I see stuff like that, it just irks me. Like they went from Night of the Living Dead to current movies, and it is still slim pickings to find a horror story that centers black characters. Like, why is there such a lack of black stories in horror, Tyra? Like, I don't even know if we got a logical answer for this.
Child. It's I can't feel like it's getting better, because I'm thinking of like recent stuff, like his house was very black centered, but that's something recent. That's not something anybody or stuff like The Nanny that came out, Black Box, the recent stuff that's not going to be in anybody's current mind to go, oh, let me put this on the list. But like classics, we don't have that. We don't have that. For me, and everybody like to leave the 70s horror on the ground, and I understand why, but it's there. We can factor in a few of those things also. Okay. We can, because JD Revenge gonna slap every time, okay? Blackula gonna slap every time. Get it together. It's some things there. But it's gonna forever be lacking because they just don't think we're the audience. Like, it's always and forever gonna be that. When I don't know who the hell all they think, like only, I ain't gonna say that because then you're gonna have to remind the white people that we love them. They only think a certain sector of people are just watching horror, and that's who they cater to, and that's why we continue to have tropes like us dying first, or our characters being one-offs who don't matter, or they're being the best friend. Like, they just don't see us there in the films, and they don't see us watching them, and that gives us less classics or anything to choose from to even be on a list like that one. But they could have threw Tales from the Hood on there, just something people understand. I could have threw a couple of them on there.
And that's something else. Even when you mention the movies from the 70s, I'm like, we have they may be few and far between, but Like you said, they could have put Demon Knight. They could have put Tales from the Hood. Like, we have movies they could have added that I definitely consider classics. I don't know if I'm by myself. Kay?
Yeah, we actually do. I'm like typing a list full in the chat because there is no lack. They're there. They're there. They just people don't want to recognize them.
The black film. I always skip that. I skip that like it's like no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's
that
it's
Hulu movie.
Mm-hmm. It's black.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. We have them, but for some reason we get skipped over because there's gatekeepers within the horror community, and sometimes when there's lead characters who are black, when the protagonist is black, when the final guy is black, then they consider it woke and they won't watch it. They'll review bomb it, or they won't consider it horror at all. For some people, Get Out was not even a horror movie for them. It was terrifying in that situation for us, but some people don't look at it as horror. And so when we have stuff like that happening, of course, all of those movies I just typed, they're not going to consider those things horror. They're just going to skip over them.
Telling that unless they give you a white love interest.
Child, I don't even want to get into. I said that in my review for Longlegs. They did not give Blair Underwood a black wife, and it's just I'm like every time I turn The Inheritance, every time I turn around with a movie these days, they cannot hire two black people. Tarot, like they gotta have some mixed race relationship, and there's nothing wrong with the mixed race relationship, but I feel like, is this y'all like diversity? Why y'all can't hire two black actors? Like I'm just like, it's prevalent. I just keep seeing it. I don't know why we can't hire both.
Everybody gets one.
I actually at BlurryCon, that was my panel, but it was through a queer lens though. But that has also been an issue with me. I always say it's a checkbox scenario where it's like, okay, you have a black person in the movie, and we can make it a little interesting and give them a white counter relationship, interracial relationship. So like it sometimes not even a white person. It's maybe a brown, anybody that's interracial, so they can check all those boxes and say, see, we're very inclusive. And then one of them might end up being gay, bisexual, or something like that. But I always said that when we put we need to put more people behind the cameras, give them more opportunities and whatnot. And that list itself, I've seen some that had like favorite black films. However, whoever's creating these lists, like Kay said with the gatekeeping and stuff, because that's why I look at that like, oh, that's just somebody who doesn't engage in other types of horror and stuff like that. This is just their, if you haven't seen one of these films, I'm just gonna cross you off as a horror fan, something silly like that. But you gotta counter. I always try to counter. If I knew how to make those types of lists and those type of graphics, I would so counter it and just do like one with all black horror films, and let just do it like that. Because that's why we're here. We're doing it because we're trying to make sure people see that we want those black stories in horror, so we got to keep being loud about it.
And jumping on to what you just said, because you was jumping ahead on my slides. Where are the black filmmakers? And because I agree, it's not just a character thing, actor thing, because I do feel like it's like you said, it's like checking a box of twisted diversity. Like when I saw a movie like Inheritance, you still get to have your all white cast and your movie that centers white characters, but you throw in one black person for the interracial relationship, but you still pretty much get your white centered movie. And I feel like a lot of the issue is the people behind the camera isn't diverse. Like we need more black filmmakers. Kay, do you think it's a gatekeeping thing? Do you think it's a funding thing? Where are the black filmmakers?
They're out there, but people aren't paying attention to them. They are out there. And then sometimes when they're out there, we won't even know because they won't even say who they are. They won't even say their name. out loud other than Jordan Peele, but we have Misha Green. We have the person behind the movie Malignant. We have the person who was writing Megan. We have the guy who directed the first Purge. We have the lady who was involved with the newer version of Candyman. Like, we're there, but again, they're not getting recognition. People aren't shouting them out. People aren't giving them credit for this stuff because again, it's got to be woke, or they didn't do enough, or this movie wasn't good, simply because there's a colored person in there and now it's woke.
Tyra, why do you think it seems like it's only room for them to just talk about one person? Why, anytime they talk about diversity and filmmaking, the first thing people say is, oh, well, there's Jordan Peele. Like, why is that the only name people stick to?
Because that's the only one they know. That's the only one they know. I have piped down a whole lot because I know us as, I guess, film critics at this point, or just people who are really invested in film. We be named like, what about five? It's like, I don't know who the hell those people are. But Jordan Peele seems to have the most notoriety. I feel like all of the Black filmmakers aren't getting proper funding or given opportunities. I'm sure it's no reason why we keep getting the same type of Black film with the same diverse hires or the same kind of messaging. It's because this is what the people want to see. I think a lot of people maybe aren't willing to compromise on the stories that they want to see. And it's just like, well, for you to get your story greenlit, we need you to check this box, and change that. It's just like, no, this is my vision for my film. It's either you, keep at it or go the independent route and try to get your film made yourself. And of course, that's really, really hard to do. But I think there is a plethora of Black filmmakers who have just yet to be discovered, or they are just out there grinding in an independent place. And we just haven't seen them yet. But yeah, I don't think anybody's naming a bunch of, and especially not in the horror space, but nobody's naming, a bunch of Black filmmakers off their back, because Jordan Peele is just the one that's constantly being brought and put on your face. And I'm sure that's strategic to go like, see, you're always talking about, look, you got one. Hey, see him over there? Like, we're diversifying. You're not. Like, get out of here.
And that's exactly the argument. And it's so annoying when it's like, oh, well, you got Jordan Peele. Like, okay, we got one person. Like, you can name 50 million thousand, like, white directors in film. Like, why should it be, oh, well, you got one? Mark, do you think there will ever be a time where we'll get like a Black renaissance in the horror genre? Of course, we could talk diversity in a lot of different genres, but we're here specifically talking about horror. Do you think there'll ever be a renaissance of Black filmmakers, Black horror villains, horror final girls in film, in horror?
We're in it now. It's just, we gotta start talking to each other as a Black horror community to get these titles out to each other and stuff like this, so we can see it. For instance, and also established horror directors need to venture into horror in a respectable manner. And when I'm talking about like Antoine Fuqua or something like that, or Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler's already doing, he gave us Black Panther. He's going to give us this vampire movie that he's working on with Michael B. Jordan right now. Get somebody, and this Lee Daniels is about to do it at the end of this month with The Deliverance, with which is based on an actual Black exorcism story. He's doing it this month. We just gotta constantly tell each other about these less known movies and stuff like that. Like what Kay's doing right now. It's like we gotta keep this conversation going and let people know that. And also give, excuse my expression, but give the upcoming people a chance. Give somebody else a chance, like Nia DaCosta. People gave her a chance because she was doing the new Candyman with Jordan Peele. Then she did the Marvels, and they was like, oh, she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And not trash all Black horror films that you don't like. I mean, you can say, I didn't like this. I'm not saying you can't say it, but just don't trash it to the point where they pick it up and say, oh, see, they don't like the stuff that they're getting either. So why are we seeing it? Why are we seeing it? And also, we have to start because I hit it a few minutes ago when Tyra was speaking. We have to start letting Black horror directors and creators tell stories that are not necessarily tied into race. I've had so many people tell me that they hated Us and they hated Nope, and I'm saying, oh, why you like it? And the first thing they say, he wasn't talking about nothing. You know, he have a message in it like he didn't Get Out. I said, see, we gotta stop that. We gotta.
That's Nikki pet peeve.
We have to stop that, because for every Get Out, we need to have our own Night Demons. For every what's another popular? For every Lovecraft Country, we need to have our like Friday the 13th the series, or Tales, something where we can sit there and enjoy. We have a big spectrum of Black horror to select from, and not saying if it ain't talking about race, if it ain't talking about or some type of this and that, I don't want to see it. If it ain't got a message, I don't want to see it. Just go and chill and have a good time.
Yeah, I gotta push back on one thing you said. If a movie bad, baby, I'm gonna say it's bad. I don't care if it's a Black movie, white movie.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna say that movie is bad. But the thing that I don't like is they will take. You can get 100 movies that come out in a year starring white people that are terrible, but nobody says like, oh, But if we get a Black movie and it's terrible, that's fine. That has nothing to do with the rest of the movies that can come out. Everybody has the right to make a terrible freaking movie. I don't care if you Black or white, baby. I'm gonna say that bug was bad, bruh. If you Black, it was bad, bro, at the end. It was bad, bro. And if you white, it was bad, sir. Like I'm just saying, it was bad.
And I'm right there with you, because I have several. Because I always tell people it's good to sit there and notate them in the canon, but just be real with folks and say it's bad, because that Thriller that Blumhouse put out on Netflix, which was a ripoff of Prom Night, y'all.
You talking about the movie that RZA did?
I don't know if it was or somebody was in it that we all know, but it was like a ripoff of Prom Night.
I thought it was on Tubi,
and it made no.
No, it was on Netflix.
They probably
it was on Netflix. Mm-hmm.
So y'all seen it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was just bad. It was just bad, and I was appalled. I was so mad. I said, Blumhouse, y'all could have gave them some money to hit this budget up, but y'all you playing in our faces. You playing in our faces. But
well, Blumhouse made Night Swim with the white folks, and that was bad too. But I'm just like, I just wanted to just have the conversation, because I'm just like, will we ever see a time where white stories don't dominate horror? And y'all know I hate having anything racial or slavery or racist in a horror movie with Black people. I just want to see us in the movie just being people, like just being people. I want to see us like in a movie like The Descent. Well, I don't know if we would ever be in the cave, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, just have us just being people. But we are going to come to the end of our KillerCon, and Tyra, out of all our Scream Kings and final guys that we went over today, who is the one that you are leaving out with by your side?
By my side? It's definitely not Dewey.
You ain't even have to say that.
I did, because I just like to troll y'all. Who gonna sacrifice themselves for me?
Oh Lord,
that's what I'm thinking about. I'm just gonna go with Justin Long, because somehow he always dies instead of the main person, or he's in a predicament to where it's just like, well, even if he's in it, like Barbarian, like he could Barbarian, and he died, and because
he died in everything.
He died, exactly. If you're dying, I'm not.
He lived was drag me to hell. That's the only time he lived.
You're dying and I'm not, so I'm gonna go with Justin, because I feel like they're gonna take him instead of me. It's gonna be like Jeepers Creepers.
Okay,
I got a good one.
Is he Black?
Last one.
Yes, he is. Now I don't know his name in the movie, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Daniel in The First Purge. Tell me I ain't surviving.
You just want to lay down with Daniel.
Right.
Mine always in the gutter. Always.
Exactly. Tyra peeped it. Mark.
It would have to. I mean, I don't know if we mentioned him because he did get killed at the end of the movie, but he was still the final guy, being from Night of the Living Dead. And the reason why I say I would want to stick with him is because if it wasn't a sea of white people coming at us with shotguns, I think that we would have made it out. We would have made it to the next day. You know what I'm saying? Or we'd have been on to our, so Ben would be mine.
And that was our KillerCon episode.
Yes.
For today. We had a long one today, people, but thank y'all. We got 40 people in here. Thank y'all for staying in here with us. And now I am going to give each person the floor so you can tell the people where they can find you, what you have coming up. I am going to start with the lady that's making some changes in her life. She's going through some change. Who is it that song Changes? Kay.
Okay, my bad. I was on mute. Y'all, just hit that subscribe button. Okay, I am like less than 200 away from hitting my 1,000 mark. So I need you all to go ahead, tell a friend, hit that subscribe button. You are going to get me on Saturdays on the horror panel. On Sundays, we have Lady in the Lake. Monday, we are on the last season finale of House of the Dragon. Tuesdays, we spin the block, interview the vampire. Come on. August, our calendar is full. I just put out a review for Deadpool and Wolverine. Longlegs and Oddity are on my watch list, and so is Trap. So come on over, Nerds Blurds. All in between. I watch a lot of stuff. The calendar is full. Come on over. Hit subscribe. Do it now.
The blurs. Let's get our girl Kay to her subscriber count goal. Miss Tyra, what's going on in the struggle?
Struggle. Like Kay said, spin the block tomorrow for Lady in the Lake. Of course, my lives I host are at 6:05. Lady in the Lake is getting really, really interesting. So if you are not watching it on Apple TV, you are missing out. Of course, on Tuesdays, we talk about vampires. Tuesdays are for Interview with a Vampire. And also, keep supporting and keep subscribing. I am halfway to 27K, and I would love to hit 30K before this year is out. So if you guys could help me with that, that would be awesome. Back to you, Nikki.
And if y'all ain't know, Tyra about to leave us in the dust. Tyra a superstar now. She had the director of Lady in the Lake shout her out on IG. So she about to leave. You know how she gonna do it.
Shout us out. Shout us out.
Nikki, stop being modest. Us.
Just make sure she get my name spelled right on the care package. Mark, tell the people where they can find you and what you have coming up.
You guys can find me on my podcast, which is Midnight Social Distortion. I just dropped an episode featuring Black queer comic book icon Rupert Kennard. He's getting ready to do a Kickstarter, so that was that episode. And I'm also getting ready to do a Deadpool and Wolverine episode after we get through the night. So look out for that soon. And also on Scream Kings, that is Kings with the Z. I don't know if you can see my this just like that. Type it into YouTube and you'll find us. We like to call ourselves the Black Gay Horror Fans View. So if you like to sit there and see four guys go at each other over stuff, come and check us out. Be careful, Tyra. My co-host is a big Scream fan, and he's about that life. So also you can find me on the Alter Tapes. I do reviews of Alter shorts on YouTube. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. You can find me on Instagram, Marco Estes, or Midnight Social Distortion, on X, The Anti-Critic, on Threads, Marco Estes, and on TikTok, Marco Estes.
And y'all, your girl is like 7 away from my 1,200 subscriber count. So make sure y'all keep supporting. And of course, y'all know I'm a big girl. I as a grown woman now. Okay, I'm on a schedule. Baby, I got a calendar. Oh my Lord, I got a calendar, y'all.
Oh my God.
Tuesdays is new content. Thursdays is our watch along. And we have a poll up right now for what our next watch along should be. So far, It 2017 is winning the poll. Saturdays, of course, we always here for Horror Saturdays with our KillerCon. Thank y'all so much for supporting our KillerCon series, because y'all know I don't commit to no man, but I'm committing to y'all. Okay, you know, I got a little bit, you know, I'm getting over my commitment phobia with this series, because I've been here every Saturday. Okay, every Saturday, even when I be like, you know what, but y'all know what, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. We here every Saturday like clockwork, 5 p.m. Central. And of course, like my lovely ladies have said, we do Lady in the Lake on Sundays. I do my solo video on the episode, and then that evening we all go live together. This was fun. Thank you, everybody. And the description box, if you're on my channel, has the link for everyone so you can find them. And we will see you when? Next Saturday, because we here every Saturday. Because mama, I don't have commitment issues no more. We out.
Goodbye.